Thank you user for the follow.
The answer, the thing is no slurs, none whatsoever.
Oh.
I can say as many slurs as I want.
You got
I'm
the
an
pass.
adult.
I'd say Mizu, Queen will give you the pass if you just ask. You're fine.
No, Mizu already have so many. Don't give him any more.
I gotta get rid
I'm
of some
going
of the
to
femboys
keep-
on the screen.
He gets as many as he wants.
I've been given every pass known to mankind. Because
Oh,
people
excuse
love me and they know I'm correct.
Based and
I
true.
love you,
Based
Han.
and true.
Hello again, chat.
As you should. I'll be right back. I'm getting a drink.
Enjoy that.
Okay, okay. Oh, he just keeps exploding around.
Tari, I think this is the first time your model is like on my screen.
Oh, is it? Wasn't it yesterday on your screen?
It feels small
I
and vulnerable.
think it was. Or I'm wrong. And I hate my share. You just keep making noises. I don't like it. It makes me feel.
Oh, you're right. It is the second time. We
I
use
feel very small and
anti-Xeno
vulnerable
slurs
here.
here. Yes. Our Necrons clankers. I have no idea what that means, but it's possible.
Yes. Yes, they are.
Necrons
I found-
are
I have
very
new clunker
Egyptian
slurs that I
based.
can't say on stream because they sound too close to real slurs.
Internet
Oh my
Master
God.
discovered Mom has milkers and gave
Well, we're gonna have a lot of
$5.
fun today,
Points
talking
at
about
Attari,
a lot of
filthy
wartism,
my
Warhammertism.
Quickly, my
Yes.
Vulcan brothers.
And
fetch
by the end of
heavy
this,
flame.
Occo and Mizu are gonna learn all the names of all the 4,000 Warhammers.
That's exciting.
Every 4,000. John Warhammer will be here tonight, actually, in a few minutes.
Oh, will he?
Oh no, we couldn't get him on. We
John Warhammer.
No, that was Mario Warhammer.
Is that supposed to be Pontius? Is he supposed to be John Warhammer?
No, he's Mario Warhammer.
Ah, okay.
No, he's the Pontius is the guy. Whenever you hear him, he's so Italian. You cannot imagine him not doing the hand signs every time he
He's
talks.
violently Italian. It's great.
Is he like 100%
He-
Italian?
Oh yeah, he's
I think
him and his co-host Pio and the narrator are all in Italy.
Okay.
And we're gonna watch one of his videos here, as because he was so hyped to like join in, but I just told him like, oh, it might be a little bit too many people, but I promised him that we might keep him on for a future one.
We'll bring him on next
once you
time.
guys alert.
Yeah, we'll bring him on next
Oh hell
time.
yeah! Oh, you'd be happy to hear that.
Well, like my plan is, so with the limited knowledge I do know, I want to go through a brief overview of the whole story, and then I want to
Alright.
go through the different factions and learn about the different factions. And you told me he's like very specific in one specific faction, that he's like really good
like
at one.
his thing.
main
He's very
shtick is the Imperium.
okay.
because he
He likes the humanity in Imperium. It's where he knows. Like when we say he's knowledgeable to the detail and the naming conventions with obscure stuff, which is
Everything
incredible.
is resourced. Everything is quoted.
However, he is very knowledgeable when it comes to like any other faction as well, like overall. But his mainstay is the Imperium, and I think that's a pretty good starting point because everything, like the Imperium, is kind of like where all the knowledge and it's all point of view on the Imperium a lot of times. So it's a pretty good starting point.
Yeah, and that's mainly because it's hard to write races with different thinking patterns from a writing standpoint. It's complicated, so they try not to.
Fair.
Mm.
Excuse me.
Like some of the early Eldar books are pretty cool, but the latest
From
stuff is.
MommaOcco.
Ugh.
Okay, we're not gonna. We can go into later on with how GW rewrites a whole lot of things, but overall, Warhammer is like the most consistent for like 20 to 30 years when it comes to lore
It's
and not
pretty
many rewrites.
Up until about 5 years ago, besides like this date was wrong type edits and like one major rework of a faction, but that didn't have any lore, it's been pretty solid.
Yeah, Warhammer suffers from a specific thing, which is the writers don't talk to each other and they all have timelines to fit. So
Yeah,
a lot of things rewritten or rechanged, and they don't talk to each other or like there's something that changes and it doesn't go through everybody.
Yeah, you have like
Saturn.
Hey.
So, oh, hello, Saturn. Welcome.
Hi.
How are you feeling?
Better.
That's good.
Good.
Mm.
That's good. That's good. We're just like doing introductions right now since
Little yappins.
we got a few
what
minutes.
do you-
Small and unimportant.
Should we wait for me to get back before I ask the question? Or...
Yeah, wait for me to get back before we do anything major.
The easiest way to talk about the timelines is that it's like 6 cooks in the kitchen, but none of the cooks can speak to each other or hear each other, and they all keep making the same dish but in different ways and changing each other's dishes, and it's kind of irritating.
And gave $5. I've come to
Setting
say
each other's
the
dishes on
Emperor is a corpse and
fire.
rule. Get bent.
But
You make one dish that brings in this really, really shitty
Less than
chef
free.
from like way far away, and then they eat everything.
Yeah, and his name is CS Godo.
Ava super chatted and said, "The Emperor is a corpse and Eldar rule. Get bent."
You're too short to be an Eldar. Shush.
Oh, yes.
You can't speak. You're too tiny.
I don't know what the Eldar
Yeah,
is.
listen to Xenos.
No. Actually, to be fair, if it weren't for the Dark Eldar, the Emperor would probably not work anymore.
I don't know if that's just what elves are supposed to be, but that seems very.
It's space elf.
Yeah, they're basically elves. Yeah.
I see.
With
So
bigger
The
forehead.
Eldar are the reason for a lot of issues in the universe at the moment, and they're also the solution to a lot of other issues.
Ah,
Yeah,
I
so-
see.
Imagine like
there's-
the Pan-African slave trade, but like 1,000,000 times worse.
We get to that when we get to
Pan-galactic
that.
is what I
Saturn,
call
don't
it.
Yeah, Pan-galactic slave trade. That's yeah.
So Warhammer Fantasy, or Warhammer just before 40k came out, was way more popular, and then GW was like, let's try this rogue trader thing and see how it goes, and then it blew the fuck up, and then Warhammer Fantasy has been like the background topic.
Okay,
I'm here.
I will actually tell you guys what it's like. Okay,
I
Warhammer
made
started.
popcorn.
Oh,
Actually,
perfect.
yeah.
Warhammer started as a
yeah,
war
Attari's
game.
a fantasy
'cause- Okay, here's the thing. Warhammer started back in the early, it was the 80s.
Did you guys
There's
start
people-
without me?
No, we were
No, we're
waiting for
just-
you to
yeah.
get back.
I'm
Actually,
just telling a preamble.
yeah.
So
Are you?
basically,
Are you live? We can wait till you're live.
I mean, I'm live now. I was
Think
about to,
Saturn
like, I
knows
went to go
I'll
get,
beat you later.
well, we
use
don't
a
worry, we'll
bathroom
just
and get
yapping.
some
No, yeah. Like I said, we were waiting for you to get back.
popcorn. I come back and it sounds like you started without me.
No.
It's gonna be
No.
like actual like GW outside of lore context for stuff.
Which
Okay,
doesn't
so-
pertain to it, but.
All I know
So
outside of
Warhammer
war is that they made
GW.
female custodies, which are definitely canon.
Punch you like
Shush.
Don't
We-
make
we
me
are
throw
going-
up, bro. I
we are
just
going
started
to-
feeling better.
We're going to-
I'll get Gunther in here.
Pass that thing right now because that is GW and intern being done.
Don't make me bring Space Shark in here, bro. Seriously.
Ibros the Red Wake will throw you like a
But anyway,
football.
Warhammer started kind of like as a war game during the early the 80s because they wanted to play D&D but a war game version of it, and then they kind of spun out to be their own kind of thing. So a lot of things from Warhammer is just based on D&D to be like to beginning.
So-
and then they kind of wanted.
I just wanted to add, because like the way I understood Warhammer is, you guys know Hyrule Warriors? I've always kind of imagined it like that, where you have got like hordes that you're controlling and you're rolling dice for the horde, basically.
Yeah, kind of. in a
Okay.
sense.
Yeah.
That's what a war game is.
Yeah.
What are you
So
talking about Hyrule Warriors? In Hyrule Warriors, you play one person and you beat up hordes of ads.
yeah, that's kind of
Yeah,
like
but here's
thought
the thing.
process. But the thing is, both sides have a horde of enemies. That's kind of how I've
Yeah,
always understood it.
You don't really
Everybody
control them
does.
though. You're just kind of mindlessly running in circles.
Okay, ignoring that for a bit. But yeah, so they started off with that, and then eventually it became kind of popular. And it didn't really explode first, but after a while it became bigger and bigger. And like
Blew up in the
Sid
90s.
was saying, they kind of blew up to wanted to try their hands on more like sci fiction kind of thing.
Sci-fi
And
stuff.
so yeah, so they started off making the Rogue Trader, which was the first edition to Warhammer. It was called Warhammer like Rogue Trader, and then the second edition they actually gave the name Warhammer 40k, which was the 41st millennium, which is the year 4000 they take place in. So,
Internet Sin Master discovered
so
Mom has
question:
milkers
what do you
and
guys
gave
know about
$5.
Warhammer,
I
especially
think
Occo and
we're
Mizu?
obliged to state that
Um,
the
Necrons are
I know
based.
Saturn knows a good amount.
I know
She's a
that.
Black Templar fan. She's
I feel I am not. I feel like if I try to explain how much I know, my brain's gonna explode because I'll just be talking for the next hour.
Yeah, don't worry. Here's the thing. I'm thinking because everyone's gonna spare out about in like tiny detail. We're gonna get the overview first, and then we get to the Sparagats once they are.
Yes.
And Occo and Mizu ask the questions.
So my understanding is, Space King is dead on the throne, and we're supposed to technically just like fight in the universe, and technology is stuck to whatever the fuck he decided was okay, before he died, and you're not allowed to invent anything else. That's basically it.
50% to 25%.
Can I explain like a little bit of that?
Sure.
Like you mean like computers and stuff, right?
But just like anything.
normal
Like, it was my understanding that if
Right.
he didn't say it was okay before he died, you're not allowed to have it.
Oh, before you
You're like-
explain it, can I give my understanding of it?
Oh yeah, sure.
So
go
we,
ahead.
we,
Sure.
my
I was just gonna
understanding
give like
of it.
a really simple one.
Well, my understanding of it was computers turned evil, which is why now all computers have to have like a person component to them.
That's correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Good job, Mizu. Head pats for Mizu.
Well, I didn't know
Like,
any of this, so.
They literally have like AI and like, you know, basically kind of what we have now, but say take it forward like, I don't know, 50, 100 years. Imagine what we could do then. But
Imagine what unironically.
yeah, the AI decided it wants to kill us all, like everybody. So we were
For
like, we can't
specific
just let
reason.
we can't just let machines do what, like, if you just let the machines be machines, then they'll try to kill us all. So we have to do something.
Yeah.
And making it part person was the answer.
I see.
Kind
Instead
of.
saying
I don't
they're
know how to
people with
explain it.
robot bits, it's more accurate to say they're robots with people bits.
I feel like we're missing a lot of context to a lot of these things.
Oh,
so
and the
I'm
only
going to
people
do
allowed to
this.
use
Yeah.
technology
I
are the
mean-
people on Mars.
Well, I will. Yes,
Kind of.
because the people from Mars are the people who are tech savvy, because it basically is that during a certain amount of time they was left alone working with all the computers and all stuff.
Thank you
'Cause
for the
it
raid,
was
Star Chaser.
outlawed. But yeah, I think we should start off
Star
with a
Cat.
video I
Excuse me.
added in. So
Yes.
it's the 41st Into the Dark Millennium. It's the one we're going to watch.
Okay.
And I think this is a pretty good.
Bergs in chat, and I'm very happy.
Okay, so I want you guys to watch this one because it's a good, like, little mind.
Hold on. Let me get.
Good
I think I
mind.
can get on my computer.
Do you want me
You
to?
sure?
Do you want me to stream it?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold
Okay.
on.
No, I'm good, Eva.
I will stream it
Well,
to you
somebody has
guys.
to stream at Atari,
Yeah, Atari.
so we're all on like the same
What?
page.
Yeah, but I
I'm
have
not
it in
going
the
to stream
Discord.
it. I'm the outsider. I'm
Yeah,
not
but
the
one of us
3D
has to
user.
stream it to everybody else, so we're all on the same page, and we're not just randomly watching the video at 5 different places.
All right.
What do you mean, Mizu? That would be very funny.
I forgot Akko had a big titty model. What do you mean? This model was like shown off like a couple days ago. Hold on a
When
moment.
I first started watching you, you had a big titty model. What do you mean? You've had one for like years, it feels like.
All right, me's watching through Akko.
Alright.
I heard. Give me one sec. I have to set up my thing a thing.
My.
Yes.
All right, I have it
So,
up.
like, the touch
Okay,
on
it's
the,
pulled
on the
up.
robot. Like, AI doesn't mean artificial intelligence anymore. It means abominable intelligence. That's how bad it was.
Yeah. I mean, it was.
Oh, it's rough.
Oh, and Necrons are the best AI.
It's not.
They're not even technically AI. That's a problem.
It's
They're
not
robot
AI.
liches.
All right, we'll
No,
get,
I think
we'll
they're
get
cool.
to it. Don't worry.
Okay, so
Kind of.
I'm good to hit
Bad
play on
music,
this.
Yes.
All right, cool. I'm gonna hit play.
It is the 41st millennium. For more than 100 centuries, the Emperor of mankind has sat immobile on the golden throne of Earth.
Is that how big he actually
He
is?
is the master of
Oh, he's fucking
mankind by the
easily
will
10,
of the
11,
gods.
12 feet tall. He's huge.
Yeah,
He's a
no, he is-
absolute unit.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he that big?
Okay.
Because he's
Don't-
Jesus.
Yeah, actually,
He is.
Kinda, yeah.
He's the big
No,
daddy.
he's God.
Okay.
He's God.
Jesus
Somebody
is-
else is Jesus,
yes.
especially the dying part.
Let's see.
He's not really
I miss
Jesus.
I miss him.
It's okay. It's okay.
But
He's in our
they
hearts.
do pull a lot of
No, I
inspiration
see
from, like,
Horus
Jesus
everywhere.
from, like Jesus part. Like he does have a similar motif going, but he's not Jesus. Let's keep that in mind.
Okay.
Yes. Also, Saturn. I was
Master
thinking
of-
Malkador a little bit more, but you are correct.
Uh,
Fuck boy.
mm,
million
Ignore us, me and
worlds
Saturn are
by the might of his inexhaustible armies. He is a rotting carcass, writhing invisibly with power from the dark age of technology. He is the carrion lord of the vast imperium of man, for whom 1,000 souls are sacrificed
I did know that.
every day.
I did know
so
that.
he may never truly die. Yet even in his deathless state, the Emperor continues his eternal vigilance. Mighty battle fleets cross the demon-infested miasma of the warp, the only route between distant stars, their way lit by the Astronomicon, the psychic manifestation of the Emperor's will. Vast armies give battle in...
Okay.
Really
Yes.
quick, chat for 5 says heads up, lore inaccuracies will be reported to the Inquisition.
That's
Archor
true.
and Pontius
We are
specifically.
not freaking worry.
No
I
worry,
agree
Pontius
with
will be
that.
watching one way or
Pontius will
another.
beat me and Atari furiously if we fuck up.
So here's my question. Is the Emperor actually alive, or do they just think he's alive?
He is
It
is
is.
in a coma that is going on for 10,000 years. So
But
much.
he's
He is.
kind of aware of stuff and
Saying
can
he's aware
sometimes
is something
say
you can't really tell. The thing with the Emperor, we can't really tell if he is alive or not. That's the thing. And you will hear from the Chaos people, they will say you are a corpse worshipper, is what they call the Imperials. Because they feel like you are following a corpse and you're just following a false god, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does
As far as we
sacrificing
can
the souls
tell-
do anything?
What
It
they
keeps
do
him alive.
is, here's the thing, they mentioned the Astronomicon because he is both the beacon for, because when you do fast light speed travel in this universe, you have to go through the warp, which is essentially the nether, which is a miasma of
Literally nether travel.
of hell,
Uh-huh.
which is essentially, because they're pulling the idea from like seafaring, but
Hold
it's
on.
all dark. Mm.
Akko and Mizu, have you seen Event Horizon?
No.
Fuck. Dang it.
Say-
I was
that's-
gonna
that's
say
what-
that would have been the easiest way to ever.
But the thing is,
Just-
once
yeah.
there are
Literally
currents
just-
within the warp, because the warp is like a massive flood of ocean that is not still. It's like a raging storms running through it. And going there is like filled with demons and other things you can't see with your own eyes without going insane. And the only way you're getting through that is through the visual with a beacon that is guided through the Emperor from the Holy Terra, which is Earth. That this is what they've thrown his powers through. That
I have a
he
very good
shines
way
the
to
light.
explain this for Akko and Mizu. You guys both play a lot of Minecraft, right?
Yes, we go through the nether. The nether is 8 blocks in the overworld.
Well, so you know how like your nether highways stay exactly constant the way you build them, right?
Yes.
So imagine if every once in a while your nether highway just took a right angle turn and you never moved it, and that's just because the nether is shifting. And you
Okay.
have
It's a
your beacon
Minecraft
in the
ARG.
overworld. Yeah, and you have your beacon in the overworld that points to the direction you're trying to go, and you use that as like a point of reference to figure out where you're going. That's what the warp is.
It's essentially the compass, and the people who do it is called navigators, who has an eye that can see through. But we will get to them later on.
Yeah.
But yes,
You're
Okay.
skipping me.
but the idea, sorry, but the idea is to Mizu's question. We don't know if he's alive or not, the Emperor.
No, we do. He's intervened in Nurgle's garden. He burned it like at least twice. He spoke to Gil. He's
Josh.
alive, but he is. Yeah.
I would still stand by my point. We're not fully sure what kind of state he's in. But
But he's
seems to
not
be,
dead.
Yeah.
But he seems to be
would
on the
say
brink of living or existence at the moment.
Here's-
Chat, the teachers
I mean,
are
that is
fighting.
that is what a coma is.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. You're going to
Space coma.
if you get me, I will give you the straight answer, and I will not say
Let's
yes
go.
or no unless we know it.
Here's
That's
my
why I'm
question.
Chat, the teachers are fighting.
Why is he in a state of almost dying? What happened?
There was a civil war. We will touch on it when it comes up.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I.
He was
got back.
What
Let's move on.
he said. What he said.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I can
Atari
hit.
will fight you. He's
I can.
alive.
I can hit play then.
I know.
Yes, you can hit
Yes.
play.
Okay.
Filthy elder
His
lies.
name on uncounted
Druki is
worlds.
deceptive.
It's their way to
in their nature.
Greatest among his soldiers are the Adeptus Astartes, the Space Marines, bioengineered super warriors.
The Psycho Warrior.
Their comrades in arms are Legion,
Very good. Head pats.
the Imperial Guard and countless planetary defense forces, the ever-vigilant Inquisition and the tech priests of the Adeptus Mechanicus, to name only a few.
Like the Salamanders.
But for all their
Very good.
multitudes, they are barely
Course,
enough
Marines
to
love a
hold
little more
off
fun,
the
though.
ever-present threat to humanity from aliens, heretics, mutants, and far, far worse.
Women.
To be a man in
Technically,
such
yes.
times
Yeah,
is to
I
be
mean,
one
sometimes.
amongst untold billions.
When they're pink and scary.
Whenever
It's
he
to live
decides
in-
to be one.
I was joking.
Oh, it's
Matt
like
Damon jokes.
Chat would like to say that he is alive. He must remain on the Golden Throne to keep a warp portal on Terra closed and is in constant agony doing so.
Yes.
just
and
kind of-
he's-
that's true. That is
Well,
true.
The 1,000 souls a day powers two things. It keeps him alive, and it keeps the Astronomicon, the beacon in the warp, your compass in the nether, powered.
And what you have to
He
understand,
basically
with the
he
throne-
basically is the North,
North
Pole.
Star,
He is
He's the
Yeah.
North
yeah.
Star.
Yeah,
the
he
thing
is.
with the throne, pretty much, it's something that's like no one really understands how it works with how technology. Even before the emperor was sat on the throne back in 30k, because it's been 10,000 years since he was sat on the throne. Even then, people did not really fully understand how the throne works. The only one who could have done it was Malkador or the emperor.
Yeah, and
And
Malkador
both-
and the Emperor built it, and it's like half sorcery, half technology. It's fucking wild.
It's
Are the
mad science,
Adeptus
not
Mechanicus
sorcery.
the ones
Based
on
They're
the
on
also
sorcery.
not gonna write
Oh, no,
that
this
shit
was
down
great.
of how they made it, because if that kind of knowledge leaks to anybody else, then we're fucked.
Oh, yeah. And it's also like there's probably nobody else who could comprehend it besides like maybe Magnus if he thought really hard for 2 seconds
Yeah.
Moving on.
about anything he did.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The cruelest and most bloody regime imaginable. These are the tales of those times.
Internet
Forget the power of technology and science, for so much has been forgotten, never to be relearned. Forget the promise of progress and understanding, for in the grim, dark future there is only war. There is no peace amongst the stars, only an eternity of carnage and slaughter, and the laughter of thirsting gods.
Oh, I
That man
love that
reminds me of
line so
Voldemort.
much.
That guy reminds me of Voldemort with the way he talks. I like it.
Keep
But
it
yes.
Oh,
going,
hold on,
sorry.
hold on. I can. Oh, hold on. I can read what the chat's saying. Do you want me to read it how he wants it to be read?
Yes, please. I guarantee it will be great.
Okay. I'm around British people all week.
Oh my gosh.
Why? Why?
They're my best friends. My life is so sad.
Disgusting.
I'm sorry for you.
The God Emperor is basically fighting to stay not dead and fighting them 4, or is it 5? Go away, Malice. Chaos Gods. God Emperor is the best Yumi. After all, Baylor, that is.
That's beautiful.
She's talking like an orc because the orcs are from have
Wow.
Cockney accents,
So there
and
are
it's great.
orcs in 40k then.
I know
Yeah.
orcs are fungus people
Yeah.
and they have psychic powers, but they don't know they have psychic powers because they're too retarded to use them.
Yeah, it's
That is
kind of
literally
it's kind
one
of
of
like
the.
a
That's one of the
passive
best.
psychic field
Yeah, that is
that they don't know how to
brilliant.
manipulate. Yeah.
yeah,
But
it,
their psychic powers are so strong that they make the color red go faster.
No,
Yes, they
don't
do
make
under.
the color red go faster. Their
It's-
vehicles go faster, not just anything red.
Yeah, but they do understand that put color on thing makes thing work.
Or
But
kind
they
of uses
don't-
a kind of belief system that works in this universe, which is the same thing when D&D can also have, which is belief is what power gods and other things and other like abnormal entities usually. And orcs kind of abuse that power by having like full tribalism, so kind of herd mentality that certain things go faster, and why they just do. And the certain thing, like they mentioned, red color red, if you paint it, it will just go faster. That's why humans. That's why humans bleed out so fast. Because if they die, the humans bleed out fast because they're bloody red.
That's a joke. Attari's being funny.
No, but that is true.
I see.
Don't the orcs have two gods?
Gork and Mork.
Yeah.
Gork is cunning but brutal, and Mork is brutal but cunning.
Yeah.
Hold on a
I
moment.
think I got the names backwards, but either way, it doesn't matter. It's great.
No,
If
it doesn't.
belief makes things real in the 40k universe, would a hive mind count as one person or a bunch of people?
It's not
both.
One
makes
entity.
it real. It
It is one massive hive mind, of course. So it's kind of. But the idea is they kind of can't use. It doesn't work really for them in that sense.
There's a lot of memes in the community that like, oh, if the orcs just want to, they can turn off gravity. It's like, no, it's not. That's not how it works. There are constraints to it.
There's a really fun fan theory that I am privy to believe that because they think the God Emperor is like super strong because they've the best Yumi ever, super duper strong and stuff. There's an idea that because they believe that, it's actually helping him stay alive because they believe it so hard.
The only thing I've seen like that somebody say is they said that the whole reason the Warhammer 40k universe is constantly at war is because the orcs want it to be at war.
No, that's it's not.
No.
I'd believe it.
There's a common meme that people try to quote where it's like, oh, these guardsmen were fighting some orcs, but they ran out of lasers, so they pointed at the orcs and went pew pew pew, and the orcs die because the orcs thought they were getting shot. That is 100% a meme, and there is no source for any of that.
There's a lot of memes when it comes to orcs.
It's
Usually when
funny.
you talk with orcs online, a lot of them are funny, and a lot of stories are real with orcs, but a lot of people are doing memes, and that's kind of where you get a lot of these things. And no one corrects what's a meme and what's not, so it's a lot of misinformation what orcs are out there.
Yeah. Specifically, the orcs' power gets misinformed. There
Could
are
it-
constraints to what they can do, but it can do some crazy shit.
Could it be that there's so much misinformation about orcs because they literally wished into existence that you can't understand them in its entirety?
The
Well, that's
idea
just
with
the
orcs technology is very haphazardly made. So even in the universe, even the brightest adepts, like it boggles their mind how shit works.
Okay, so technically I'm right.
You're technically right.
You open up an orc gun to like be like, man, how does this orc gun work? It shoots super hard, and you open it up, and a bunch of metal just kind of falls out. And it doesn't. There's no springs. There's no nothing.
It just works
like
because it's an
many
orc.
things. It's
Yeah,
kind of like a
but he believes
low-level
it's a
magic,
gun,
if you
and
want to use that word.
The orc mech told him it was a really good gun, and all the other orcs thought it was a good gun, so it's a good gun.
But it's the thing in game.
That is how it works.
They are kind of like a very I would say randomized faction when it comes to a lot of things, because they're very low chance to do things, but when they hit hard.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
like it reflected in the tabletop. But like, man, this orc bike was crazy. It went twice as fast. What the fuck is it? You open it up, it's just a piece of steel where the engine should be.
But also,
It's
I
like
wanna
an
ask,
engine kind of doodled on.
Orcs have the Todd Howard, it just works.
I see.
Yes.
Kind of.
I see.
This is true, yes. And Todd Howard, it did not work, but he kept saying it. So,
Problem
would
is
work
Todd
if people
Howard is
believed in
green,
it.
so it doesn't work.
oh, that's true.
By the way, I probably
is the
will
best
reserve super chats for a certain point so that we don't interrupt the flow. But if they
Yeah,
fit,
I'm going
I'll
to
leave it
ask
up
you
to
guys.
the teachers if they want to read them.
Do you
I'm
have
watching
any?
chat, so I'll correct them. Don't worry.
Also, I want to ask: do any of one of you, like Akko and Mizu, do you have any thoughts upon the video you saw? Something that's unclear, or something you want to know more about or something that was strange in your mind?
I asked my questions.
It just sounds like an endless crusade for. I'm gonna be honest. I really don't understand why are they in an endless crusade.
Because everybody else is a turbo
kinda have to.
asshole.
Yeah,
The Imperium is as compassionate and nice as they are allowed to be.
Yes.
True.
And I think we have a better video to prepare this, which is the
We have an
Pontius one.
incredible video for that.
Yes. Pontius, we're gonna save him as a nuke later on. He's gonna be the head teacher once we get him for next one, maybe, if we're lucky. But yes, so we're gonna watch Arco if you wanna. The Imperium are the good guys, and they are as good as the universe allows them to be.
Yeah, we mentioned a bit, Mizu, when you were gone. Pontius is violently Italian. He's so Italian, he's mentioned in some of his videos that when he, like, records his lines for certain stuff, he actually smacks the mic because he's doing hand gestures, so it takes him, like, twice as long to record lines.
So, I noticed this video is 53 minutes long. Are we watching all of it right now?
Yes.
We can.
And you can pause whenever you want.
Yeah. Okay.
I think this is the perfect way, and this is kind of like the thing I want to structure this thing with. And this I already have the images, which is helpful for chat and you guys to understand.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And it is important to clarify, demons are real in this universe. Like, hell is an unironic, like, actual thing. Like,
yeah.
We know it exists.
I figured.
When demons are real, you can't be very nice.
Well, I mean, that kind of makes sense, but it's just like with all spacefaring people, there's like a tipping point where it's just like, okay, you're too far gone. You got to interact with all this other shit now. It's just like, what led them to that point?
My headset's dying. If I just stop talking randomly, it's because my headset dies. Hold on.
What led them to the point where they're fucking dealing with aliens and demons? Like, was it unintentional? Was it something they were forced into? Or did they decide to poke something that they weren't allowed to poke?
Yeah.
All of the above.
So
yeah, when faith unironically gives you superpowers in this universe, big religious makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, like here's the thing. All the reason why the Imperium is the way they are has like a there's a reason why they are the way they are, and they are being beaten down and bastardized a lot of times to humanity to the point where they are ruthless and unflinching and so like witch hunty as they are today, and it's out of survival for this cruel and dark universe they inhabits in, and all the other like Xenos races and the things beyond the veil are all out to get them.
So okay,
and they have the elf spot.
Ah, I see. Well, okay.
Hell.
I
can't lie. They're kind of true.
My next question is: it's 40K. Yes. Is that 40,000? That's 40,000 years.
Yes.
40,000 years since.
Year 40,000.
Since what?
Technically, we're in millennium now.
Oh, our year. Oh, yeah. Like,
okay, so is it based off of
right now?
Okay, so it's based off of our universe then.
Yes, our universe.
Okay.
It is.
So
we're in 2025 now. Just make it 40.
Right.
2025.
Okay, so
40,000 years ahead.
And so you're telling me that there are Jewish space marines then, or does the concept of religion just kind of disappear?
No, all other religions do not
tell you.
I mean,
here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm gonna say.
Bold, so that makes it nice.
I'm gonna say this. They're probably gonna go into this video later on, but I'm gonna mention it. The Emperor, when he started, he had an idea, and the idea was that he wanted to eradicate all prior religions, or religious belief, because he powers the thing from beyond the veil, and he wants it all to be gone for humanity to prosper and live outside those things. But in doing so.
Belief
because he understands the belief.
Gods are powered off belief. The chaos gods, the main antagonists, I guess you could say. So by removing religion, it removes an avenue of corruption into the humanity and weakens them, and in theory, makes them susceptible to being destroyed somehow.
However, the things beyond the pantheon is also powered by emotion, which humans are full of.
Yes.
But let's get to the video, and we'll see.
I see. So you're telling me that there's no chance for a Mormon space marine to exist?
I mean, in a way, yes, but also no.
Okay, unfortunately.
Well, the Space Marines don't actually really... This is more of a recent GW, kind of almost soft retcon. For the longest time, the Space Marines never actually worshipped the Emperor, because they were around when he was a mortal man. They know he's not a god. He is the pinnacle of humanity. He is the ultimate. He is the Ubermensch, if you will. But he is not a god to them. Besides a handful
the Emperor mankind is Hitler.
No.
He's the Ubermensch.
I mean, when everyone else is super Hitler.
No one is Hitler in this fucking universe. Stop with that thing.
There were always a couple of groups of Space Marines, the chapters that would worship him as a god, but more recently they're kind of pushing towards, oh no, they all totally think he's a god. When it's like, no.
Uh-huh.
Which do you think is the better lore?
I like the Space Marines being, because they've been around for long enough, they have the records to be like, oh no, he's not a god. He is like the ultimate, but he's not a god. With like the handful of them who are like, no, he's totally a god, look. And then everyone else is just believing in him in a god because they kind of have to. Because if everyone just worships him as the god emperor, it's kind of boring. It doesn't give the nuance of like, well, there is differing faiths of the emperor. But that's just because the galaxy's so big, keeping a mono, like one singular view of the emperor, like the imperial cult, would be impossible.
Really hard to do.
So
One person in chat says Guild Wars wants to make the Emperor the 5th Chaos God.
Guild War.
I don't know what Guild Wars has to do with anything, but
sorry, what at Games Workshop?
Oh, Games Workshop. Oh yeah, I remember. Mizu has an issue with when he hears GW, he thinks of Guild Wars.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
So when Mizu say those sort of things,
what's it? The Dark King thing? The Dark King story. I'm gonna put money down. Is not going anywhere. He's not gonna become the 5th Chaos God. He's not.
Yeah, no.
Okay. And then someone else said the Black Templars push the godhood heavily.
Yeah. So there's a couple of groups of Space Marines that unironically do believe he's a god. But like by and large, they don't view him as like you can hear quotes from like the video games where they just say for the Emperor. They don't put God Emperor for it. They'll just put spins on that usually.
I see.
Like you remember, this is okay. In the current, I'm gonna tell you guys this so you understand. The Emperor existed and was alive, doing all up in like to the late point of 3,000 years. And then he was on the throne for 10,000 years, where he was just on the throne and was perceived as a god emperor. So, and the Space Marines don't live 10,000 years.
No, I'm assuming they live a handful of years.
A handful? No, they live like
they live a while, but like they're
the coolest, best one in my opinion is almost like 1,000 years old. But
here's the cool thing is,
I think Dante
all the Chaos Space Marines, all of them, or like the OG ones, they still live and they knew and fought alongside him. A lot of them know the truth of the Emperor, what he is. That's why they have such revulsion to a new Space Marines in the current universe in the world, because they think, oh, you children know like what kind of thing you actually worshiping.
Yeah.
We were fought next to him, and now you worship him as a false god.
I see.
Gotta correct Mr. Phoenix in chat. Dante is not 10,000 years old. He's at best 12 to 1,400. He's an
Dante's old man.
He is
he also
the
wants
oldest
to die.
He's very depressed right now.
He's literally like, Dad, can I die yet? And he's like, no.
Okay.
No.
And he's like,
Dad said no. I need to go get milk still, and he's like, fuck.
yeah. Like, I don't
Technically, the oldest living Space Marine period is Bjorn, but he's in a robot coffin, so it doesn't technically count.
Yeah, no.
Although
is he one of the big Titan things?
Yes.
Bjorn is what's so. I don't. Have either of you guys finished Space Marine 2 or no?
No. No.
All right, we can show it later on, I think.
We can figure it out.
Wait. Okay, let's put a video in.
All right.
All I know is some people are in big robot coffins, and some of the big robot coffins are city-sized.
That's not what it's. That's the.
Okay, we can say this.
We can talk about that later.
Yeah.
There are different kinds of robot coffins.
So I have the video up.
Is city-sized.
I have the video up and ready to go.
Go ahead.
All right.
Why is everything dark?
Did I forget to pay the electric bill again?
My fault. Spilled the soda on my PC and it cut the current to the building.
Fix it then.
Found the main power switch. Why in the Emperor do we look different?
Copyright reasons.
What?
I'll make it short. We talked with Flork of Chaos, that owns the designs for the Florks we used, and he suggested us to retain our own artistic freedom and to be able to monetize videos, merch, and such freely, to make our own designs going forward.
I do like that. He's like, we talked to Flork, and he said to make it your own designs.
Yeah, so they literally used to be Florks, and there are images probably floating around. And Flork was like, I like you guys, and I don't want you guys to get smacked by the law, so please change your designs. And
yeah.
Like, okay.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That is slightly cringe.
Also, they're all Italian, and all the English was learned via. They learned English via just to learn Warhammer. So
Pontius literally learned English to be like, man, this Warhammer shit's cool, but it's all in English.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna learn.
Is it not translated into other languages?
It is, but Pontius is very autistic, so he's like, I'm just gonna learn English.
He speaks English all the time, so don't worry.
That sounds about right.
Okay.
As a fellow Aussie, I understand.
Here we are.
To use his designs, we would have had to pay him for the license. Did he give a suggestion that went against his own interests?
He did. I like Flork a lot. He's a good guy.
If only he was a good guy enough to break me out of my 40k lore-imbued prison created by the golden Italian here.
And with that, you just renounced to electricity for 2 weeks in the basement. One unbreakable shield against the coming darkness. One last blade, forged in defiance of fate. Let them be my legacy to the galaxy I conquered, and my final gift to the species I failed.
Oh, I love that artwork.
I do like them.
Made, by the way.
I like them in the corner there.
I'm gonna say the artwork you're seeing here is fan made.
It's so good. It's so good.
Chat says Fonzie
There's fan made art everywhere, and it all just honestly rocks.
Okay, I'm gonna say here so you guys understand. The image you're seeing here is part of the final climax of the Horus
Civil
Heresy.
War we mentioned, called the Horus Heresy.
With fighting the Archtraitor Horus Lubrical and the Emperor of Mankind.
The Emperor is the man with the golden sword that's on fire.
That looks like a lion.
My chat said, in relation to my walking coffin comments, that dreadnoughts are walking coffins for space marines, Imperial Knights are big robots for humans, and Titans are super big robots for lots of humans.
Yes,
true.
That's the
Very
simplest way to put it. I will gladly be autistic about knights because I love knights. I have a knight army that I want to eventually buy and paint. But
This is good. Because I know next to nothing about knights except the crude things.
Yes, knights.
The only specific thing I know about dreadnoughts is that some aliens found a dreadnought and then realized the dreadnought was older than their entire civilization.
Yes,
this is true.
The Tau. It was great.
That was the Tau, the stupid gay fish people.
Okay, here's a big note. We'll get to the Tau later on. Tau is...
Misu's a gay fish person.
I hate it, and I can't hold back my hatred.
The Tau, everyone hates Tau, and I gotta say, everyone who says they hate Tau don't actually have any right. It's stolen valor for everyone who's.
I absolutely have right to. I play Custodians on Tabletop Simulator. I fucking hate Tau. Fuck you, Attari.
Okay, the reason why people hate Tau in actuality is because tabletop, because they snipe people out of a fucking board.
So the rules for Tau are busted for their shooting. It's very gay, and I don't like it.
The Tau are the one who uses our level of the human technology level of strategies, which is just bunker down and shoot.
That's amazing.
If you put 3 ghost heals in your army, you don't deserve power. I'm just saying this right now.
Mizu is Tau, gay fish socialist.
No, Lumi is Tau because she's incredibly gay.
Here's the thing, Lumi's not Tau. I don't think Mizu's even Tau either. The thing is, Tau is also cow people because they have hooves.
Oh, it's definitely Lumi then.
Oh my god.
I have a pony too, though. And a deer.
I would never slander Lumi in that way.
There are better things, Mizu, don't worry. There are more things for your taste.
I would never slander Lumi in
what my
such a way.
taste is. I like Necrons. I want to be a space lich.
Mizu is a squat. What do you mean?
I'm gonna make you art for that, Mizu, don't worry.
I want to be a space lich, and I want to run around collecting people's shit.
Mizu is a squat.
Fair.
Kleptomaniac, alright.
Squog, that's so fucked, bro.
Oh,
he's a squad.
If I'm strong enough to steal people's shit, I can steal people's shit.
What am I?
Oh boy. Alco, you're the emperor.
Oh, that's right. I am the emperor. I'm the yipper. I don't think I've ever shown people that art. Hold on. Hold on.
It was artwork I commissioned long ago.
Yeah, I haven't shown it.
Some of my favorite artwork is all you guys on Attari's banner.
Go careful pulling it up. You're sharing screen, remember?
Yeah, don't worry.
Please don't show us.
Here's the thing. For chat, I asked like everyone in here, like sort of what arc. Okay, if you were in the 40k universe, what faction would you be, or what would you wear? Mizu said, "Oh, I would like to be a Kriegsman." I was like, "Oh, that's cute. That's cool. That fits." And Roy didn't have an option. Dama didn't have an option. And then I asked Akko, "What do you want to be?" Akko looked at me dead in the eye and said, "Make me the emperor." I'm like, "But no, Akko, no, you can't." It's like, "Are you denying? You said it could be anything." I'm like, "Okay, fine." You're the emperor.
Akko, I respect the power move. I respect it. You said it with your chest out.
Yeah, Akko played me good.
There it is.
You fool! You absolute buffoon, Attari.
I know.
Yes, this is such good art.
Wait. That's That's a better one. I like. What do I have?
The Occo band.
I have art of myself as a like Blood Angels themed sister.
Yeah, send me if there's a better
I don't think
version.
Occo's
Send it to me.
defensive. I don't think Occo is patient enough to be an Imperial Fist.
No, not even close.
I'm gonna have to.
I'm sorry, bro.
Occo's
I
a
unfortunately
son of
edited
Medusa.
the OG.
Because you're the kleptomaniac stealing tech.
Let's see.
I just want to bonk demons with shovel.
Yeah, and slash demons as well.
What about bonk demons with giant spear?
It's just, you know, there's everybody, there's fighting, there's death, there's killing, and then there's the Yipper.
I like Roy also in the corner, just falling apart.
Wait, where? I can't see. Oh, is Roy Cabela?
Roy is the guy in the bottom.
Oh, okay. I didn't think it was falling apart. I thought I was trying to save the flag.
Yippies are
Roy is the
custodies.
guardsmen getting like stepped on.
Yes, the Yippies can be
that sounds
custodies.
about You know what? Yippee as a sister of battle would be.
Oh, here's the newer one.
Well,
but it's
listen,
not
Sister
that
of,
much of a
silence.
difference.
Yippies-
Sister of silence.
Yippies are literally anything, so they can be both. It's
You know
not,
what? A
and it's
Yippee sister
it's
of
still
silence.
it can be
It would be
fine
cool.
because
Turtle.
they can be genderless they're genderless blobs that you add hair to
What the fuck?
that eat
The
ice
more you
cream.
Yippee is a Tumblr user confirmed.
Oh yeah, that is
So
better.
I will. The Yippies are Arcos, the fragments of demons.
Yes.
You know what? That works too.
Yippee is Akko's minor demons. It's canon.
Yes.
Add it to the
The
lore.
shard of
Akko.
Arco, and you all spawn from it.
No, it's not how
Yes,
that works.
chat, that is the rare shiny yippee.
The rare shiny Yippee. The Yipperer.
'Cause it's brown.
It's brown.
That's right.
Because all yippies are white.
This is true.
Yeah.
It's a shiny Yippee.
Whoa.
So
Cool with the
the Yippee Emperor got a suntan.
We should have made it golden, just golden overall.
Yeah, that works.
The golden Yippee.
Yip Emperor won a staring contest.
Wait,
with
who's
the
this
sun,
one
it
on the
looks like.
left? Who's this one on the left?
Oh, it's Dama.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Dama is
okay.
Cabela, which you know what? That tracks.
So it's
Yeah.
just the 5 of us here.
Dama would absolutely be in the death cult.
Okay. Who's the claw creature? Is that just a random monster?
That's
It's just a random demon. Demon
Okay.
heads.
Okay. I like this though. I like. Unironically, I need that artist just to give me the Yipper as just an image.
Oh, like I can ask
Just
it.
as a
Shannon made it.
Yippee.
Yeah, ask them if they can just give you the Yipper.
Like
Yeah,
you
make
can ask
bully
Shen to
tape
draw
and
it.
can
Like
do
a new one.
Let's bully tape.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Attari is just sitting there disappointed and concerned.
No, I'm sitting there wondering what should I have for tea.
I'm like off
everything is
screen
fine.
having a complete schizo meltdown, screaming about Horus being all
You're
around
having
me.
the time. You are about to have the time of your life. You are Abelard in this situation. You are about to wreck face.
Oh goodness! All
I'd
right.
probably lose it.
Do we want to
Where the
continue?
fuck is Magnus?
That's
No, we need to talk about the shiny Yippee, Akko. Yes, let's continue.
All right. We can listen. I will get shiny Yippee done more later. Cause like, listen. The Yippee is obviously the Emperor. What am I?
Malkador the hairless. I don't know.
Okay. Well, but you will find yourself after we are done.
Oh,
today, I
okay.
think.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair
Yes.
enough.
You will
All right.
find your Emperor Sona.
Well, I can't be the Emperor because the Emperor can't be the model can't be a woman. So.
I see. Oh no, no tits, no
I see.
titties.
No,
I mean,
no girls
like,
allowed.
No
listen, yeah, I was
boobies.
about to say it's just like no girls allowed.
No space marine can be a woman.
Yeah.
And because it's the thing, people like to say stupid things like, "Oh, they're made by magic." So what? No, there is very
magic.
little magic. I hate people who say magic in Warhammer or anything like that.
I'm a
Especially
Custodes fan. We are made through pseudo magic, not the fucking space.
Oh,
marine.
shut up! No, you're not. You.
Called gene alchemy. Fuck you.
Okay, there you go.
Teachers are fighting again.
Yeah, because
I'm like clenching my jaw so hard. I know. I mean, how you're trusting fucking knife ears around here?
I hear a lot of shit. But
All
that's
right.
true.
That's
That's true.
Let's
All right, yeah,
continue.
let's go ahead. Let's let the Italian rant.
Yes.
And today we will cause controversy and mayhem once again, Pio. Are you ready?
It feels weird having an egg for the first time, but yes, I am ready.
Also, how did the invasion of Venezuela go in the end?
We lost for now, but the revolution will never die.
Good thing you are in good spirit, because today we need to talk about a very delicate...
So Pio is from Venezuela, I'm guessing then?
No. So the meme is that he's unironically the president of Brazil in Pontius lore.
Ah, okay. Okay.
He's currently invading Venezuela.
I get you.
Also,
I get you.
The Pios are his underlings as well. That's why.
Yeah, they're also. This is clone PO number like 58, technically.
Ah,
Also,
okay.
in his Discord, he also have a PO, so you can have like a banner, or like what do you call it? And
a sticker.
Yes.
Absolute PO. I have the sticker.
topic.
It's
How
great.
delicate.
We will show everyone, through lore and proof provided by various sources, that in fact in 40k a faction of good guys exist, and they are none other than the Imperium of Men itself.
Does that include Erebus?
I mean, fuck Erebus, but he did kill
Yes.
Erda in the end, so he did also good things. Also, just before we start, know that we have opened a Patreon where you
I
can
have a
support
gift
the
from
channel
Monkey in
and
the
get
chat.
exclusive perks. Together with Patreon, we opened a slew
Oh
of
my
socials,
gosh.
like a Discord server made
Oh no.
specifically for the YouTube community. So if you want to support the channel,
I'm sorry, I gotta
That's
show
from
this.
Lord Monkey. That's from Lord Monkey. He's one of Lumi's main memes. He's one of Lumi's main meme smiths.
Well, he's not just Lumi's main now. He's kind of like
He's
Lucky's.
my bane in my life at the moment.
He's like
Oh, we-
Lucky
we-
Entertainment's
Me and Monkey
memer.
have plans. Oh yeah, he's.
You see-
we've been bullying Lumi
Here's
for
the
a
thing:
while.
when you see monkey type, it's a threat. It's a
I
threat.
have the meme,
Oh,
don't worry. I have
fuck.
the meme Attari.
So is this like a visage of the Emperor then?
That is actually that's art of the Emperor. But
Okay.
like you're over it because of course. Here, there,
It's
I have the
fine.
meme.
What do you mean?
I
I
found
am
the meme
also
Atari.
the Emperor.
Oh god. All right, we're getting derailed.
Oh goodness, it's awesome.
All right.
or even speak and meet us on Discord, check the description and all links there. Getting to the topic of the video now, I want to make something very clear from the beginning. Because if there is something I have experience in, is people not watching the videos on the channel, but frothing in anger from their mouths in the comments anyway. You should see the mess that the comment section of my video on why female custodians can't exist has become. And I want to make it clear that two point of views exist to categorize factions and the Imperium in 40k. There is the point of view of looking at the universe from the outside, with the knowledge and morals we have in our own world, from which everyone appears extremely evil and morality at best questionable and grey. And then there is the point of view of looking at the factions and events of 40k from inside the universe, and from the point of view of the people living in it and having to survive in it. It is this second point
only
of view
correct
that we will
option is
cover
the
in
right.
the video. Because
Of
one of the
course.
first, it is clear that everyone...
What'd you say?
You're gonna. The only appropriate reaction to any form of fictional media is the right side, looking
Yes.
at it from the point of the view of the media itself. If you're
If
trying to
you're gonna
judge
try and
media
critique
by
it, yeah.
like outside external factors, that kind of ruins the whole point of fictional media to like begin with.
Oh, I
You
agree.
can't, you can't
Oh, yeah.
immerse yourself if you apply your own morals to it. It's just going to be you judging everything else. It's like you can't immerse yourself properly.
Yeah.
in 40k is different shades of
no
evil
EP.
for
Huh?
No EPI.
Oh, no,
come
I'm
on.
fine.
You got
I'm
power
fine.
through autism.
Listen, I'm good.
various reasons. In the second case, things are a lot more complicated than that. And I want to divide this video in sections, just to answer every single question and critique that can be made about the Imperium and the things that for people make the Imperium of Men evil in the first place. And let's start probably from the easiest claim to debunk the idea that the Imperium is evil just for the sake of being evil. And let's answer, for once, with context, why the Imperium is so against technological advancements, but most especially, why the Imperium of Men is extremely hateful of anything alien. To answer this question, we have to start our explanation from the Dark Age of Technology. For those too new to 40k to know what the Dark Age of Technology exactly
Oh,
is,
that's me.
it is a period of time that spanned from the 15th millennium to the 25th millennium. It was pretty much a period of time that lasted 10,000 years. I will not explain too much about this age, but I need to give context to make people understand what really created the hatred we now see in 40k for different things. The Dark Age of Technology is regarded as the zenith of humanity. It was an age of wonders and technology so advanced we ourselves would call it magic if we had the chance to see it in action. It is during this period that the navigators that now serve in 40k to traverse the warp were genetically engineered. It is also in this age that many of the technologies and war gear we see in 40k come from. One of the most important things coming from the Dark Age of Technology are warp engines and warp travel. It was the humans of this age that discovered that they could travel the warp to achieve faster than light travel around the galaxy, and fashioned technologies like the Geller fields to protect themselves. But this humanity grew quickly arrogant of its superiority. During the Dark Age of Technology, humanity was the most powerful species in the galaxy. Our technology and weaponry were unrivaled. Xenos, were encountered, were scared of us, especially after we fashioned AI. And this was the downfall of the Dark Age of Technology. Now, I will probably expand on this topic in its own video, but I have a theory as to why all of the events I'm going to explain happened, and why humanity was betrayed by its own creations. Humans of this period acknowledged the superiority of the so-called Men of Iron in warfare. They pretty much created weapons that would put Exterminatus weaponry of 40k to shame. Naval cannons that could shoot black holes, gravity wells powerful enough to tear away a continent from a planet and then use it as a meteor against it, swarms of nanobots that could eat all biological life on a planet, which is, by the way, theorized to be what virus bombs are. And then, in all of its arrogance, humans gave almost total control of its weapons to their legions of battle robots controlled by artificial intelligence.
That's not a good idea.
As it can be imagined, they spelled disaster from a mile away.
They pulled a Skynet.
They pulled a galaxy-level Skynet. The Men of Iron and all the weapons and constructs they controlled turned against their creators, humans, and a galactic war erupted known as the Cybernetic Revolt. That saw humanity and a coalition of alien powers having to go to war against armies of robots created for nothing more than war. The war was brutal, and went on as theorized for centuries, but in the end, the coalition of alien powers and humanity won the war, and the Men of Iron were almost annihilated. From that point, AI became outlawed. Now, this is important because you have to keep in mind that humanity had given many of its most technological advanced instruments to the Men of Iron. This means that humanity itself was pulled back millennia in technological advancement in one single war. But this was not enough to bring down what was known as the Human Federation. They were on their knees, pretty much, but not yet totally defeated. As usual, it is not a single catastrophe that brings down a powerful empire, it's several in rapid succession. At that same time, Psykers and mutants have started appearing around the territory of humanity. Now, I don't take as a given that everyone here is an expert of 40k, so I will say
that's
clearly.
me!
Psykers are dangerous, extremely, especially if unsanctioned and untrained. Entire planets were invaded by legions of demons because they accepted the Psykers within their midst without any kind of security measures. This means, funnily enough, that the planets that fared better were the most superstitious ones, that practiced pretty much witch hunts to find and kill every Psyker that emerged. As humanity was dealing with this, and with the continuously escalating threat the mutants posed, some of them started becoming increasingly aggressive and hostile. Warp storms started raging around the galaxy, caused by none other than the extreme number of Eldars present in the Milky Way galaxy, and the beginning of the birth of the Chaos God Slanesh. Warp travel became increasingly dangerous, until it became all but impossible. This left many colonies of humanity isolated and alone. And it was at this point that, sensing humanity's weakness, the same aliens that humanity had considered allies and even friends at one point, decided to betray the human race. Humanity became the target of several alien races that wanted to either enslave it or wipe it out entirely. All of this while human colonies were still battling demons and mutant infestations. The Human Federation fell, and with it, all colonies were left alone and without help. Almost all colonies humanity had established suffered regression on some levels, especially technological. Some colonies weren't even able to grow their own food, so this caused for them giant famines. Colonies of humans would start battling one another for the meager resources and remnants of technology they could acquire, and this brought devastation on many planets, including Earth. that will become pretty much a wasteland battled over by techno-barbarian warlords. And if you don't believe how bad things became, I gathered some info directly from 40k codexes to make you understand how dire of a time it was.
Oh wait, pause.
There is no end to the abomination of the alien. Do not allow...
Okay, so the thing he just mentioned, the time frame where all that thing occurred, the dark age of technology and what's it the age of humanity. Yeah, pretty much. It all occurred during yeah. Like it all occurred during the 25k pretty much.
15K to 25k, yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of time in between, and then when humanity is like struggling to just exist and continue on without like outlawing all the AI and all the gear and technology, because now they're not the top dogs anymore. So new people or new alien races will see the opportunity to strike pretty much, and that's what happened with a lot of them.
With the Eldar doing a galaxy level gangbang, that's not actually inaccurate really with what happened.
No, it's not.
Faster than light travel becomes impossible. You know my Minecraft comparison where your highways are starting to turn randomly?
Yeah.
Now they're doing that every 5 seconds, and you can't use coordinates to figure out where it's mapping. So you can't really travel in the nether.
So the nether's useless.
A planet, yes, and like planets that are just a giant factory, well, they don't have farms. They don't have food. They get it imported from other planets. Well, now those ships can't get there. So what's going to happen to the people? It's that shit, but galaxy-wide. The farm planets can't get replacement parts for their machinery as it breaks down. You know,
it's kind of like here is the idea. Yeah. There was a whole massive when Slanesh was born, which was also doing 25. This is right after they won the war with the AI, the abominable like intelligence.
The Men of Iron.
Yeah, exactly. They there was a massive warp storm that happened when the birth of Slanesh happened. They will come to that later on, because that's very alien and Eldar, aka space elf related. Because a whole massive warp storm happened, which is basically means it's already hard enough to travel through the nether in this universe, aka the warp. Now imagine it being like a massive storm upon a storm in catastrophe level. So any ship that goes in the warp will be lost forever, or will just be torn away. Yeah, it's gonna go in and nothing comes out. And as you mentioned, trade routes, trade lanes, everyone's left to fend for themselves until it calms down. And unfortunately, it took quite a few thousand years before it calmed down. And during that point, a lot of planets just devolved into techno-barbarian to Mad Max level of stuff. And you just
like Mad Max, but with lasers.
It went crazy.
I need to find some of that old art from like the 80s and 90s of like the techno-barbarians.
I'm sorry to say, but I'm gonna leave it to the other teacher for a bit. I'm gonna go to Lilo's room. BRB.
Alright.
Shock him, chat.
I don't think you can, because he's not alive.
I don't have shock collars on. I'm not putting him on.
Bailiff, shock his PP.
Bailiff, whack his PP.
Oh no.
It's one of my favorite like little memes ever. I love it.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Oh, some people in chat asked about, well, who's the Iron Warrior? This is an avatar I got made for Lumi from Lumi's Discord. I'm an Iron Warrior, yes. Because we're the best.
Need to get you a yippee for my stream.
That's cap, but whatever. I'll let it slide.
Listen, you're okay because you like Blood Angels, so you're one of the good ones, but, you know, I'm just...
You're not a Xenos.
Yeah, exactly. We're not Xenos, so we're better than Attari, at least.
That's so true. Based in true.
Yes. Do you guys have any, like, hey, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, questions, concerns, comments? While we're paused.
No, because I think I have, like, I'm not saying I'm, like, super up-to-date on Warhammer lore, obviously, but I do think I know more than, like, a lot of people.
Definitely, probably more than me.
Yes,
you know, sometimes you think that you know more than other people, and then you talk to somebody that knows more than you do, and it's like, damn, I don't know shit.
Yeah, I had some guy trying to... So, Warhammer's not actually my autistic fixation of choice. That's Star Wars, and specifically the old books and comics. And me and Wolfsbane love getting into big debates in Akko's general chat about Star Wars.
Do you remember the old Bounty Hunter series?
The book, the single book.
No, there were multiple books. It starts with Boba Fett getting pulled out of the Sarlacc pit by Dengar.
So that's one book, and I know it is because it's literally on my shelf right here. It's one book with a bunch of stories at one.
So I cannot
Literally,
find.
I stream like almost every week with this dude that literally has the name Lionel Johnson.
I have the book right here. Tales of the Bounty Hunters by Kevin J. Anderson Mizu.
Yeah, so no matter how many times I search for books on this, I remember distinctly that somewhere in the book, we find out that Boba Fett has like some kind of robot dragon that just lives inside the Slave One. And I cannot for the life of me find any information on it anywhere.
Did you read it in that book? Because if you did, I can literally just go through Boba Fett's chapter tomorrow and just like be like, hey, you're crazy, this didn't happen in the book. Or like, yeah, here it is right here.
It was in that book, and I remember it distinctly. Boba Fett has to go deal with the Hutts because there's some shit going on with the Hutts, and he brings his giant robot space dragon thing to the meeting with the Hutts because apparently it's really dangerous, and he just uses it to kill everybody.
Yeah, I'll literally read through the chapter. Is it in his part, or is it touched on in someone else's part?
It might be in someone else's part. I swear it was in Boba Fett's part, though.
This book is 200 pages long. I'll probably power through it tomorrow. It's only, 200? Let me open. It's like 350 pages. I'll go through his part and I'll figure it out.
Yeah, like I know it's in there somewhere.
Florian, I don't think he's talking about. I don't think he's talking about a Basilisk War Droid because those didn't exist yet.
It's kind of it might be like some type of droid, but it is implied it is somewhat distinct, like personality-wise.
The guy in chat's talking about a specific Mandalorian thing. They're called Basilisk War Droids, and they existed like 3,000 years before the movies.
Fair.
Dope as fuck, but those didn't actually exist yet.
I do also remember, and it might be too long, is there's like at the start of the book, an oddly long description of how much money Boba spends on his blaster.
I wouldn't be surprised. He got that shit tricked out. It's got like a 3-round burst shit and everything. Well, the first chapter is about IG-88, but like in the start of his chapter, I think it touches on it, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's kind of mentioned that Boba Fett has more money in his blaster than in his ship.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. He tricks that shit out. Mandalorian Westar shit is dope. They literally Westar blasters are literally designed to cool down faster because they're made by Mandalorians, and Mandalorians hunt Jedi. So if it cools down faster, they shoot faster and they can kill Jedi better.
Yeah,
it's dope.
All right, is Attari back?
I am back.
Perfect. He went to the idols room.
Yes.
And he's
back
now.
I've been sitting here listening to their starters.
All right, I had to.
Oh, don't get me started.
I went to go grab some snackums. I've got some pepperoni and cheese.
I'm so autistic that most of the famous people in Warhammer Twitter, I just was like, hey, do you want to join my Discord? And that's how I got them in my Discord.
Based.
Oh,
I was like, hey, I like you. You're cool. Can you join my Discord? And that's how I got. That's literally how I got Rylanor, Space Shark, like.
Based.
Thank you for the raid 'em all.
War Master.
Oh, hello.
Man versus Mini used to be there, but he's trying to chill right now.
Only famous Warhammer
Lionel
person I know is
Johnson.
Arch, and that's because me and him bully Lumi together.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he
I
should
send him
speak to us
embarrassing
sometime,
DMs
I
from
don't know.
Lumi, and then Lumi yells at me.
No, Lionel Johnson were like totally besties.
I'll have to learn sometime then from them. We'll have to like come together. I will not be buying minis though. Minis are definitely.
Please don't.
Yeah, don't.
You're free to print them.
I've bought one,
Literally just yell at
and I already feel like I've made a mistake.
Yeah, I'm gonna 3D print them already like colored correctly.
Like Attari has a resin printer. He can just print minis for you.
Well, I'm just gonna buy a printer.
I already had like a lot of nice STLs that were bought.
Like you can't buy the filament printers if you want detail. You want resin printers. We
Yeah.
talked about this, Akko.
I know.
Yes.
I need a filament printer, though.
Physically go to your house and threaten you with a fluorescent printer, smack it over your head if you try to rebuild a filament one.
Okay,
I mean,
so I don't like that because you know where I'm moving to.
I don't know where you're moving to.
I told you.
Well, I'll figure it out.
Nobody does. That's why we couldn't mail you MiniOcco directly. We had to go through the bull.
All right.
Yes.
Let's continue.
Yeah, let's continue. We're like a fifth of the way through this.
This man on screen is the narrator. I don't remember his name, but he does narrations for Pontius. He's one of the
good voice.
Okay.
He's very good.
Allow any guise of sentience to stay your hand. There can be no hesitation when the survival of humanity as a species is at stake. One of the...
He sounds like the guy from Destiny. Fucking, what's his name? Oh... I like his voice. I know who he sounds like that guy from Destiny that like does the PvP stuff. Shax. He sounds like Shax. It's so weird, but he just
First, terrible truths human discovered when they ventured beyond Terra and into the stars is that they were not alone. Wherever mankind went, it encountered the alien. Some civilizations were long dead, having fallen to self-destructive hubris, natural disasters, internecine wars, or external predations. Others, though, were very much alive, and myths from the dark age of technology speak of the terrifying first encounter with alien races. As humanity resurged into the galaxy in the 30th millennium, the Emperor led his armies across the galaxy to reconquer the stars against the alien, perhaps the first and greatest danger to the nascent Imperium. Endless blood and ichor was shed in eradicating species after species. The Dark Age of technology exists only in myth in modern times, and the causes of its ending are poorly understood. Many cultures share similar stories of a breakdown of the Golden Age, of entire regions becoming isolated by raging warp storms and turning against themselves in crippling wars. Others tell of a time of apotheosis for mankind, when mutations and psychic powers became increasingly prevalent, and predatory beings from warp space used such open conduits to feast on the living. Worshippers of the ruinous powers maintain that these times were the triumph of chaos, when mankind's first fumbling attempts to rule over the mortal realm were cast down into anarchy by cackling demons from the warp. Whatever the cause, the Dark Age of technology gave way to the Age of Strife. The patchwork remnants of human civilization fought against each other, as well as the hordes of aliens now swarming in to sack the worlds. Many human civilizations were enslaved or completely wiped out. Others reverted to barbarism as order crumbled. Only worlds where the rising tide of psyches was rigorously repressed evaded the plummet into nightmare and madness. Earth itself became completely isolated by warp storms for several thousand years, collapsing into a state of total anarchy, with savage gangs of tech pirates.
I have a question. Which is more popular, Warhammer or 40k?
So there's Warhammer Fantasy is the old one.
Yeah, but which one's more popular?
And then
40k by a long
nowadays,
shot.
40k by a long. Yeah.
No, here's the thing. 40k was always the more popular one out of all of them. At least during the early state of 2000s, because fantasy kind of lost. The reason why they kind of reset the whole universe in fantasy was because it wasn't popular enough during the time. So they kind of rebranded it to Age of Sigmar, which everyone hated, and they wanted the fantasy back because now a new group of people joined to play fantasy because a certain game came out that people liked, like I did. But they blew it up eventually during the time, so it was just they kind of spent a lot of they let a bunch of people make games for fantasy, and then they destroyed the entire universe to remake it in a new one.
The end times was so they had a hard stop to the universe, and it was really unpopular. And
but I would say 40k is more popular because it's the easier one to get into, I would say.
Yeah,
sort of.
Which is ironic because they started, like we said, they started 40k as let's try to get into the sci-fi market, see how it does, and then it instantly started to blow up, and they're like, well, fuck this. We're not doing no more fantasy shit.
It was on Warhammer overall is a very unpussified version of fantasy.
I see.
It's roving the ruins of its ravished continents. As humanity grappled with threats from within, opportunistic Xenos races gazed upon the crumbling realm with hungry eyes. Alien invaders emerged from the stars and descended upon isolated human settlements, butchering and enslaving the colonists to expand their own galactic empires. In the thousands of years that were the Age of Strife, human attitudes towards Xenos races hardened to the point of utter hatred. No longer were they seen as potential allies or sources of trade and science. Instead, they were to be feared, reviled, and should the opportunity arise, annihilated without remorse or hesitation.
Humans were the first ones to seek peace with anything alien inhabiting the galaxy. The hatred every human is taught to have for anything alien is not something born from superstition. It is something born from past experiences, where humanity extended an hand in peace, only to be stabbed in the back the moment they weren't strong enough to fight back. AIs and technology became feared because they almost annihilated our species, and the same goes for the aliens. The Age of Strife, as it will become known as, ended around M30, with the birth of the Chaos God Slanesh, and the almost total annihilation of the Elder race.
Yes.
It is at this
kind
point
of sometimes
we will get to it later
changes
on.
how it looks.
And I will. Here's the thing: none of the Chaos Gods really have a form.
No,
it's more so kind of like what people the visual representation of them. More so, they kind of have a canonical like look, but it's not really visually pleasing to anyone's eyes.
It's literally like biblically accurate angel type aesthetic, where it's like be not afraid because you can't comprehend them.
But yeah, people see Slanesh as a very hot woman, but Slanesh also knows that the Dark Prince and the She Who Thirsts. So it's like it depends.
The Eldar know it as She Who Thirsts, and to humanity it is the Prince of Pleasure.
So Slanesh is a man and a woman at the same time.
Yeah,
it's everything. It's Pornhub Prime. That's
also,
what it is. Pornhub Prime, like as a person.
Sorry to Attari, he was correct. It was the Age of Strife. I was thinking of the Age of Apostasy.
So what you're telling me, it was Pornhub before they decided to crack down on the website, making it useless for everybody.
I'm gonna tell you guys the one thing
but
because
when
I
they
hate.
cranked it up instead in reverse.
I see.
I'm gonna have to tell you all a thing. Slanesh is not really fully sex, but the thing is, Slanesh is fully emotion kind of thing. And the thing is, doing sexual acts is when you're very high on emotion, and that's kind of thing what Slanesh feeds on. And anyone who says it's just porn, no. However, it's
no, I was just fucking about.
Yeah, we're trying to teach them the thing without memes.
Sorry,
The Chaos Gods have their own aspects that they draw primary power from. Slanesh is not sex, it is excess in everything, in food, drink, music, is sensation in the extremes. It's technically a Warhammer Fantasy like paragraph, but the Chaos Gods are the same functionally in both universes, of like a noble being interrogated by the witch hunters who is a chaos cultist, and he's like, Slanesh is not evil. All Slanesh asks me to do is to enjoy my food a bit more and enjoy the music I listen to more and to take pleasure in the life I am given. Is such a thing truly a sin to such a divine being? The reason that they're interrogating him right now is because he was found eating the spines of children on top of his steaks to enhance the flavor.
Yeah.
It's like it is sensation, it is excess, is debauchery to the extreme in everything.
But essentially they are hedonistic. All chaos worshippers are hedonist. But they're all very cult-like, so obviously what they do, it's self-worship above anyone else, the true form of a demon in mind.
Yes. Yeah, it is. Slanesh is the essence of greed and ego.
No. I would say they are very much not so driven from the cardinal sins that we know of. They are, because you can apply that to all of them.
I'm saying for reference because Akko knows about these things because Akko is religious. It's like that's a good comparison of gluttony and shit like that.
Like Slanesh takes up a lot of those, so like gluttony, greed, envy.
Chat said, "Aren't the Eldar claimed by Slanesh?"
So because the
Eldar claimed by Slanesh during the birth.
the other three gods were formed through natural means. Slanesh was kind of in a way artificially created, and the unique way Slanesh was created has bound the Eldar souls to Slanesh.
Slanesh was not artificially created. Like, okay, I'm gonna say
in a manner of speaking, because they made their own gods.
We'll get to it later on. Don't worry. But keep watching here, and I will tell you. Don't take his full word on it, but he's sort of correct. But
okay.
It is all right.
When you talk about chaos, just trust me. I'll say no. It's kind of mid.
Okay.
The Emperor would emerge, having lived through all of the events I explained, as the Emperor by this time was almost 40,000 years old. And because I know that there will be people that still don't believe me, let's examine all the major alien species the galaxy has. and the arguments that people use to try and claim that they are the good guys instead of humanity.
I see extreme levels of xenophobia in the next minute. I prove all of it.
The orc race. The orcs by themselves might seem harmless, almost comical in some ways for their language or actions, as the orcs are more an instinct-driven race than one that tries to better itself mentally or ideologically. The orcs by themselves are a devolution of a superior species called the Krorks. Superior in everything to the orcs, from thinking to the technology they used. The Krorks in origin having even superior technology than the Imperium of Men of the Great Crusade. That was the highest point of strength the Imperium would ever reach after the fall of the Human Federation of the Dark Age of Technology. The Krorks, and by definition the orcs, are a race bioengineered for warfare created by the Old Ones. The race that seeded life in the Milky Way galaxy, and that created the Krorks to fight in a war known as the War in Heaven. A war that happened 60 million years before the events of 40k, and a war so big that even the biggest wars of the Imperium of Men are just a blip on the radar compared to it. The orcs are engineered to fight and move war. It is in their DNA, and it is what they were made to do. They reproduce really fast, and when
Sorry, I have to pause this because somebody said the Krorks are like super yippies.
Yes.
Tape is very correct.
The Krorks are the pure strain of the thing, but after a certain while after they fought in the war they were built for, they de-evolutionize for not having anything to fight except amongst themselves.
I see. So like humans, once they stop having to take care of themselves.
It's the meme of like, you know, weak men create hard times, but for an entire species.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's all. Also, by the way, chat, what I think we'll do is we'll take a break here soon, and I'll read some of your super chats to make sure I
can yell at chat for being wrong.
Yes. So I think in about 10 minutes I'll read some.
They release spores on the place they die on. The spores will find a good place to create fungi, and those fungi will become more orcs. Consider that every orc is substantially bigger and stronger than a normal human, but they are not than a marine. At least most of them aren't. As they get bigger and stronger, the older they become. The problem with the orcs is that they are an infestation. They can never be cleared for good from a place they infest. The only solution is usually exterminatus, extinguishing all life on a planet by destroying its biosphere. And even then, you can't be sure they are all gone. As orc infestation have been detected even in the territory of the Eye of Terror, and the warp itself. The main problem with the orcs is numbers. Space Marines are still superior to them, but when you have thousands of Marines against millions or even billions of orcs, the odds are not in your favor.
What the fuck?
Many examples can be seen of this, the biggest one being the War for Ullanor of the Great Crusade, where the orcs managed to bog down and almost kill multiple legions and their primarchs for how many and how strong they were. With the Emperor and his custodians having to intervene directly to slay the war boss of Ullanor and send the orcs in disarray, just to have a chance to beat them. Now, people usually use as a justification that the orcs are simply engineered for war. Fighting and killing is all they know how to do, and they don't do it with malignity. But this couldn't be further from the truth, even while being true at the same time. There is different examples of the orcs using humans as cattle to eat or slaves. Even a fan favorite chapter, known as the Lamenters, was a witness of this.
My boys!
The Lamenters had to deal with this reality when they were trying to save human slaves that were
already.
being used as
Like
miners by the
babies.
orcs. We are talking of millions of human slaves that they freed, but they had no option to evacuate them from the mines before the orcs would attack in force and annihilate all of them.
Jeez.
They wanted to stay on the planet and fight until the end side by side with the slaves that had to beg them to go away and save themselves. The Lamenters in the end were convinced. They saved the slaves they could and evacuated. And after they did, with the permission of the slaves on the ground, bombed the planet to hell to make them die as free men, by their request. They were offered an iron halo as a gift by Lord Calgar of the Ultramarines, a big honor, as a reward for beating the orcs. The Lamenters refused it, as they saw nothing honorable in their actions. As for their own view, they had failed the people they wanted to save. And because I want to hammer home how brutal the orcs are, I will now show you an excerpt from the book Rin's World, where the Crimson Fist were fighting an orc wag that had invaded their planet. I hope you are not too impressionable.
Cortez turned his attention back to the fate of Aldrin, the woman and her children. The orc boss had reached out its right hand, gripped Aldrin by the head and lifted him into the air. With the man dangling, his arms flailing uselessly at the orc's arm, his legs kicking and flailing, the orc boss turned towards the fire and began walking, a deep, throaty chuckle emerging from its throat as he did so. The woman's screams took on fresh urgency now. "Thrawn, no," she wailed. "Aldrin!" To her children she yelled, "Close your eyes, my babies. Close your eyes and don't listen." Cortez tightened his grip on his bolt pistol. The fingers of his power fist flexed and clenched hard. The cold of crushed steel. "Damn it!" he muttered. "Hurry up!" But he knew his space marines would not be in place in time to save Aldrin, and if he moved prematurely, he would jeopardize the first part of his plan. There was nothing he could do. The orc boss reached the edge of the blaze now and bellowed something to its fellows. Cortez scowled at the sound of the orc language. It was as ugly as the beasts were themselves. Whatever the creature said, a fresh round of hooting and laughing began, which seemed to satisfy the orc boss. It stretched out its arm and held Aldrin out over the fire. Yellow flames licked his legs greedily, the air filled with the skin-crawling sound of agonized, high-pitched screams. "Where are you?" Cortez demanded of his fists, speaking through gritted teeth. "Why aren't you in position?" It was Brother Benizar that replied, "We are at the vehicles, my lord. We're cutting their fuel lines now." "Work faster!" Cortez snapped back. The flesh of Aldrin's legs was blistering. He kicked and screamed for all he was worth, but he was helpless against the strength of the orc boss. Soon the flesh had turned black, and the flames crept higher, moving towards his torso. The orcs were still enjoying the show. The woman had turned away. She was holding the heads of her children down so they couldn't watch the final, torturous moment of their father's life. "Done!" reported Benizar over the link. "The bikes aren't going anywhere." "Get into firing positions, now!" Cortez barked. "It's time!" So saying, he stepped out from the shadow of the silos into full view of the enemy. He raised his bolt pistol, knocked the safety off, and braced it on the back of his power fist, almost as if he were about to take a competition shot in some tournament. He lined his sights up on the orc boss, zeroing in on its oversized skull. The orcs still hadn't noticed him. They were too wrapped up in the torment of the human. Cortez took a deep breath. With a single thought, he activated the vox amp set into his helmet. His voice boomed like thunder, drowning out the last of Aldrin's screams.
So yes, repeat to me again how there is no malice in the nature of the orcs, and tell me once again how they are the good guys because they were engineered to move war.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think the orcs are good guys. They sound kind of mindless, but they also sound kind of evil.
Yeah, they are. I hate that part of the Rin's world. Rin's world is very good, but like
orcs,
I hate that part.
Orcs are they can be very childish in their reaction and what they do and how they act. However, they find it hilarious how humans splatter around while they chop up one leg at a time. Like, that's the kind of thing they do. They find a lot of things hilarious and even shoot them their own kind for funs and giggles. They're the equivalent of bestiality for shits and giggles a lot of times. Brutish and dead and extremely brutal in the way they kill and destroy other races.
I have a feeling you don't know what the word bestiality means.
Bestial, fuck you.
I was gonna see if Attari corrected himself. I'm glad someone else.
Bestial. No. No, they don't do any nothing lewd. They don't know the zero lewdness in them. Don't worry.
I'm just saying.
Don't worry. Thank you for
Man, Amalgamite, you sound really Swedish right now.
Oh God, what is she doing?
Oh, I'll tell you.
He's joking about you talking about bestiality.
I don't think he knows the lore.
About Tolkien, I do. Don't worry.
No, about. God damn it, Attari. Never mind. Ignore me.
I'm telling you, he doesn't know.
Oh boy.
He doesn't. He does. I don't think he can handle it.
I don't know what you guys are on about, but let's move on. Honestly, I have other questions. This does not evolve. Literally.
Now, let's move to the Eldars. Their species is probably the biggest problem humanity has ever had before the tyrannies showed up.
Base, fuck the knife ears.
The Eldari, or better known as the Eldars, are a dying species in the wider galaxy. They reached their apex before and during the Age of Strife, as the Eldar species was the dominant species of the entire galaxy, with trillions of Eldars roaming around undisturbed, and all of them pretty much immortal, as when they died, their souls could be called back from the warp, and they could be reborn in a new body once again. Their fall came when, becoming more...
Here's my question, where do they get the new body?
So this was before Slanesh's creation. Oh, they just make it.
Oh, they
were,
just make it.
They kind of weave it back together from different shards, but also it kind of insinuated they just reforged their own old bodies again.
Yeah, it's kind of a mix of like they make new ones, but like stitch the old parts back on.
This is kind of the part where they were like at the peak of their. Every race kind of was in their apex peak at some point, and this was the Eldar ones where they were like walking god or gods in a sense. But yeah.
You played Stellaris, Akko? You played Stellaris ever?
No.
Okay, never mind. You won't. Never mind. Let's say they were like end game, like tech trees maxed out. Everything was peak for there. Everything was good.
Okay. They got all skills basically.
Everything was maxed. Everything was done. Scarcity was a thing of the past. Death was a concept more than a reality type shit.
I see.
Yeah.
More hedonistic and violent, and I'm talking entire planet level slaughters level of violence just to feel something, as they had become desensitized to all pleasures of life from indulging in them constantly.
Okay, so they had reached the apex of boredom that they have to go kill other people in order to try and feel something. That's disgusting.
It's even worse because they have heightened emotions compared to us. Like sadness and sorrow, happiness are stronger in them. And like,
yes,
yeah, it's
they're the highest of high and lowest of lows. So the emotions are very, like, and besides, they don't die; they are immortal essentially. So
yeah, like so, like
there's no
with the weed
end
whacker,
point.
see what happens. Like, and they can do that.
So yeah, so they kind of like they don't have an end state really. There's just never-ending life in a sense, and eventually you will find dullness in what used to be the biggest of pleasures for you, or the biggest of enjoy in your life. And they came to the point where they're trying to find more ones. That is what it means. They become desensitized to pleasure and life, so they have to do more barbaristic thing or hedonistic to a higher degree. And this is kind of thing we're getting to.
There's only so many times you can throw yourself off a building for entertainment before it actually becomes boring.
Okay, I didn't do that, but yeah.
Yeah.
They did some pretty fucking.
Are they the race that puts themselves in cubes because they don't want to get taken away to somewhere bad?
So it's not. It's called a spirit stone, and it's just if you'll see it in some of the artwork, it's a little gem on the chest. It captures their soul when they die, so that it doesn't go to Slaanesh.
I'm gonna say, let's keep watching. It will be.
He will probably explain it, but yeah.
And for millennia on end, as Eldars are pretty much immune to aging. With their combined psychic might, as every Eldar was a powerful psyker in his own right, they ended up birthing the fourth god of chaos, born from their actions and emotions. They are the reason Slaanesh came to be. Their slaughters and indulging in extremes having created enough negative emotions in the warp to cause the birth of a new chaos god, that when born devoured their own planets and the majority of the Eldar race it found in the position it was born in. In fact, before it was stupidly retconned to be just a hole in reality created by the war in heaven, the Eye of Terror was a scar left in reality because it is where Slaanesh was born, and where the home planet of the Eldar was situated. Which, if you ask me, it is still canon lore, because the lore of Soulstones of the Eldars was never corrected, and they can be harvested only in the planets that remained near the Eye of Terror. So, it is still canon if you ask me that Slaanesh was born there. When Slaanesh was born, she devoured the majority of the Eldar race, and the Eldars that now die can't be reborn anymore, as Slaanesh eats their souls in the warp. They are damned.
So they can't die, because if they do, unless they have that soulstone thing.
Yeah. The thing is, they used to be resurrected via getting back their souls from the warp, but considering that Slaanesh now, she laid claim to all Eldar souls in a sense, and eats them all once they die. So now it's like a true death and an eternity of suffering inside of her, pretty much.
It's not even death, it's permanent torture. Like a human soul would just like kind of fizzle out in the warp if you die, but an Eldar soul actively will go straight to Slaanesh to be tormented for literally eternity.
Why does she torment them?
Because
she likes them. She likes the taste of them.
Yeah.
And besides, Slaanesh is full of loves emotion, and Eldar are both high and lows of it. So it's like It's kind of like when it's one Eldar is worth 100 of humans, should we say.
Yeah, and there's the sort of unique connection because of their direct cause of her creation as well. That's part of it. Like there's actual relation there.
Yeah, I would say, because Slaanesh, unlike the other Chaos Gods or Pantheon, Slaanesh is just like more related to the Eldar because it's more of an Eldar Chaos God, essentially.
Yeah, the reason I implied Slaanesh was partially created them artificially is because the Eldar's pantheon of gods was actively created by them for their own purposes. Like, they created Kylum and Shakane. They created, all of them. They just didn't realize they were also creating Slaanesh kind of passively in the background as they were murder fucking the galaxy.
I'm gonna say Slaanesh always existed in a sense. The thing is, there's a lot of Chaos Gods within the Warp, and all of them kind of feeds in a certain way until they are born. Because when you say you are born, you always existed. It's just when you come to being, in a sense. And that's the thing how it works in the Warp. There's a lot of different kind of demonic entities.
Our perspective. Like, in our perspective, she was born at a time, but from the Warp's perspective, she was always there because time is fluid and shit like that in there.
Saved your ref for later. Oh, thank you. I hope you enjoy my art. Anyway, let's continue.
To hell and to become nothingness because of their actions. If it wasn't for soulstones, that the Eldar place everywhere from their weapons to armors to catch their souls when they die, so they don't vanish into the warp, every Eldar that dies will be gone forever. When the Eldar race fell, the Eldars split into 4 factions. The Arlequin Eldars, that we will not talk about because they are very few and are pretty much murder clown assassins. The Exodites, which same thing and are probably the only truly good Eldars of the galaxy, as they decided to leave their society of hedonism and seek of pleasure behind to become one with nature, and live in their paradise planets in peace and...
They're fucking hippies.
They're wood elves in space.
Coexisting with the nature around them.
Go find a job, hippies.
And then we have the majority of the Eldars
Thank
left.
you.
The Craftworld Eldars, called simply Attari, and the Dark Eldars, called simply the Drukhari. Craftworld Eldars are pretty much refugees that saw that something was going to happen to their societies. So they built planet-sized spaceships called Craftworlds. They are artificial ships, often the size of moons or small planets, and use them...
Aren't all ships artificial because they're made, like, from...
Well, the Tyranids exist, and the Tyranids are biological.
So
Don't think about it right now.
Like
We didn't get that far.
It's more like an artificial city, like in space type thing. It's part ship, part city.
Okay.
A lot of ships in this universe are so the size, but they are cities.
So
So
you're-
this kind of means nothing.
Remember, English is not his first language, so.
But I'm going to say the thing with the craft worlds is they kind of like they are the size of small moons overall.
They're huge.
They are ginormous. It's essentially their home planets, and they decided.
Star.
What do you
Yeah,
say?
It's a Death Star.
Yeah, you need planet cracking weaponry to take one of these out. Like it's fucking huge. It's hard to conceive of, really.
but the thing with these craft worlds, they were created because a lot of the Eldar realized, oh shit, shit is going absolutely haywire. Okay, they basically saw the hedonistic and saw because Eldars can see and weave the future still, and they saw there was a great catastrophe coming along. So a lot of them decided to upstay a lot of emotions and become monks. So like Jedis are, if you want to use that term. And
Chat says are orc ships organic?
No. Well, they're full with a lot of orcs, so you can make it's hard. So you can make the argument for it, but no, they are not. They are they're like junkyards in space. I mean. Anyway.
To flee the center of the Eldar Dominion before the birth of Slaanesh, so they weren't in range to be consumed when it happened. They are Eldars that practice moderation in everything, even in their own psychic potential, using psychic power sparingly and only if needed. They are just remnants though, and there isn't many, and as Eldars have problems reproducing after the birth of Slaanesh, their dream is to rebuild the Eldari race and their empire to their former glory. Keep in mind though that they are willing to do it at the expense of every other species, in fact seeing themselves as the peak of all organic life, considering all others inferior, especially humans that they see as primates and barbaric. calling them with the moniker in their language of Monkai, which seems to be a word taken from monkey, and it is what they use to describe humans. Alliances with them were possible here and there between humans and Craftworld Eldars when their objectives aligned.
Wow.
But most commonly they are found fighting each other, as many Eldars end up becoming pirates that roam the galaxy. The most recent alliance is between the faction of the Eldars known as the Yennari, under their great priestess Yvraine, and the wider Imperium, and Primarch Robute Gilliman, as she helped bring Gilliman back after the fall of Cadia and restore him to life to fight once again. But even now, both sides look at each other with suspicion and mistrust, ready to attack the other at the first sign of betrayal of any kind. And lastly, we have the last remnants of the Eldar race that is left from the majority of the Eldars that were there when the Empire fell, the Drukhari, or the Dark Eldars. The Dark Eldars are the most vile of the sub-factions of the Eldars. They are the true remnants of the Eldar Empire, and have not changed their ways even after the fall. Having found refuge in the Webway after the annihilation of their own worlds, a pocket dimension created by the Old Ones and used by the Eldars for faster-than-light travel instead of the warp, the Dark Eldars built a new domain here in the city and territory of Komorrah. The Dark Eldars have lost all of their psychic powers and might, now relying on their abilities and technology for just one thing: pleasure. They have built gladiatorial pits where they put the members of other species they kidnapped to fight.
Monkai is permabanned to say at cons and games, really?
Yeah.
Oh no, here's the thing. People, they used to be monkey, but they just changed it because people used the more of a slur, so they changed it to Monkai instead.
Let people say fictional slurs. It's not even real.
That's funny.
They changed it from people called like other players monkeys, and that was kind of, and when they have like a black person opposite side, like
yeah, it was a bad look.
It looks bad.
They did.
I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, like, but I prefer Monkai. Monkai sounds more. It sounds a lot better.
Monkai.
Say it with your chest out.
Space Frieza.
Based Frieza, more like it.
If it's all right with you guys, I want to read a couple super chats so that I can keep up.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine.
All right, Censored Duck for 5 Australian. I guess to understand 40k, the warp is central to why Warhammer is the way it is like. Okay.
Yes.
Sons of Leo for 5. Everything is the Eldar's fault. Also Magnus's fault.
Listen, Magnus is just a little retarded. Okay.
Yeah.
Magnus doesn't know how to listen well. If his dad spanked him a little bit more, he would be fine.
Let's see. Internet Zen for 5. As an orc, I'm obliged to say the following. Gork and Mork is the best gods. Pansy Eldar can get crumped. Oh, the Empire is the cool get too.
God damn it.
You want me to try to reread that again?
Yeah, you can read it if you want.
Yeah, you go ahead, Saturn.
What? Where did it go?
Saturn is our local orc.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Wait, no. Wait, what? Where did it go?
Here, I'll put it in. I'll put it in chat for you. There you go.
Thank you. Gork and Mork is the best gods. Pansy Eldar can get crumped. Oh, the Emperor is cool get too.
So are all orcs like British then?
Yeah.
On our, so if you look up what a Cockney accent is, that's what they sound like.
That's exactly what they sound like.
Okay. I see.
I lost my edge with that one, but I tried a little.
You're good. Censor Duck for 2. The thing about the warp is it defies reason. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
It does, but it also
You guys really need to watch Event Horizon. That would answer so many questions for you. It's not even funny.
Man, where did GW get their? Oh.
Well, I watched Treasure Planet. Is it like the Ethereal?
No.
No.
That would be like real traitor-ish.
Yeah,
Treasure Planet was a good movie.
The Ethereal
was a great movie.
The Ethereal is like the kind of space that I want. Anyway, Internet Zen for 20. Fun fact: purple is the sneakiest color. Is an actual canon thing now. Blood axes have used purple as camouflage in Sisters of Battle short story. Only reason it failed is because he got soaked in bilge water. That's funny.
So like we mentioned, orc colors have powers, and certain colors do certain things.
So I'm assuming the orc has to paint it. You just can't paint it yourself.
Yeah, no, the orcs have to, and they also have to believe that at the time it's going to work. Like, blue is the lucky color. Green's obviously, the best, because, of course, green's best.
I see.
Like, paint something black, it's tougher. Paint it blue, it's luckier. Paint it yellow, it explodes harder, shit like that.
I get you. Mercenary for 5, I for 1, left Warhammer the moment text-to-speech
There's a
left.
fun fan theory that the reason that Ultramarines, which are blue, are so OP is because orcs think blue is lucky and their costumes are blue. Or, sorry, their fucking suits are blue.
Technically, it is costume. But Mercenary for 5 says, I for 1 left Warhammer the moment text-to-speech left. I was interested, especially with Arch's videos, but came the proclamation from GW and I'm out.
Go.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah, I tried to keep up on some of the new lore stuff, but they've already had to retcon like some of the recent novels they did the past like 2 years ago, like 3 times. I just can't. I can't. The whole Gathering Storm has basically been retconned.
And then Mercenary tipped 1 on Streamlabs. The only good thing about the town is the movie fan art that I would get from it. Beyond that, they can open in hell, right under the devil's asshole after he beats all the traitors and poops them out. The one game I played was someone else's army. What?
A lot of us just ignore the really dumb shit that GW does nowadays. Yeah, it's like, you know what? That just didn't happen.
What?
Like I don't know what that super chat was at, by the way. I heard pooped out and I zoned out.
Okay, Akko. What Saturn and said is referring to, a lot of recent writings from GW is kind of, because everything pre-2010 are like, they're like kind of like hard staples of the lore. A lot of it is very rarely like, they're seen as like the main staple of the building blocks of the universe. However, a lot of new things they've made as kind of like whatever works sticks, and the other thing just thrown to the wayside a lot more. And it's kind of like exponentially increased in the levels of stuff they throw to the wayside. It's kind of like in similar to that Marvel universe kind of is with a lot of
with the multiverse problems that cause this type of shit. Like, for context, chat, like, you guys know how Gilliman is currently using the Emperor's Sword. There's, like, at least 3 different stories telling 3 different ways of how he got that sword.
Yeah,
like, and these were novels that were all released within, like, a year or 2 of each other.
It's like, did these people just not collaborate? And it's like, probably they didn't.
Yeah, like, there's been, like, 2 or 3 different interpretations of how he met the Primaris Marines. The most recent one is that, like, Cato Sicarius brought them back to
We're getting a little ahead of ourselves.
Sorry, our hatred for GW got a bit, it got distracted.
Yeah, it's not good.
Our disgust factor went off the charts.
Internet Zen for 10. The stupid bang equals orcs die meme story is false. There's an OG White Dwarf story where orcs looted a lemon rust tank, was powered on crude engine drawing inside the tank instead of the engine.
Oh yeah, like, that's as crazy as it gets. Is like that example. As far as like their weird, wacky powers.
Yeah, it just works. It's a Todd Howard power. That's what they work with.
Like, they fuel their truck stuff like with water if they have to. Like, they just pour water in it. It's like, will it go? It's like, oh, I don't know, probably. And they turn it on and it goes.
Yeah.
But again, only the orcs.
They still have to put something in it. They can't just like turn it on and it goes magically. But if they think it's gonna be fuel, it'll probably work.
So here's my question. Is there ever been a story where an orc decided to help out a human, and the humans just got an orc that was able to fulfill wish magic?
So it's not proper like wish. It's not like a wish spell from D&D, but it is like a it's wild magic kind of. It's like, let's see if this works. And they're like, ooh. There are orc mercenaries that you can hire, but like they're going to betray you. But like
they're inevitably going to betray you no matter what, because they are.
It's not even because of malice. They just want to fight you.
It's kind of like, here's the thing. If you want to, in a lot of stories with orcs, when they help other humans or chaos or any other faction, the reason why they help them out is like, oh, well, the people who ask us for help, if they were strong enough, they would ask for our help. So they're obviously weaker than the guys they're telling us to fight. So we gotta kill those guys, and then we give
guns too, so.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh well, it seems fun, so they just do it. So they're kind of simple, but they have their own crude, cunning way of doing it, because they just
never really. You go ahead.
No, because they have a like orcs kind of like they get stronger depending on the things they're fighting is. So it kind of is they have an instinctual reason for fighting something that's stronger than them.
Okay.
Yeah, like they don't betray you because they're malicious. They betray you because, well, we beat the guys you hired us to beat, and now we got no one else to fight. So, and you did just pay us in shiny guns because we don't have money. So we're gonna fight you now.
Yeah, and what do you call it when something lacks the delayed? It's kind of like when you have you can wait longer to get a bigger, like more money, but you take it out immediately because
short-term benefits.
Yeah, that's kind of thing the orcs kind of have an issue with. They kind of can't see. They go for the short term almost every time, and they can't help themselves a lot of times.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they genuinely can't.
Yeah, it's how they literally programmed into them. He mentioned that earlier. Their DNA. They have genetic memory.
I see.
Everyone has genetic memory.
All right. I'll read a few more, then we'll continue. Internet Zen again for 5. Put it this way: the first chapter.
Hi, Mr. J.
Yes, Mr. J is amazing. Let's put it this way. The first chapter to openly worship the Emperor as a god caused the entire ruin of the Imperium. Also, EFF, you Erebus. F you Erebus.
We will get to him later.
Jay, I have to correct you. It's Legion, not a chapter. I'm being that guy, but I have to.
Richard.
You guys will eventually learn to hate Erebus too, like us.
Yes.
Richard Cardamone for 199. Is it me or does Attari look like a dark Eldar?
Druki filth.
Isn't that what you are?
He's a Druki, technically.
No. I'm not a. I'm a void elf. Get it right.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's just gay with extra steps. What do you mean?
True.
And besides, I'm a Lamia as well, or demon form.
That definitely sounds more Druki then.
Internet Zen for 5. No. The only Primarch who went out for milk is Vulcan.
True.
That's.
Yeah.
This is by Vulcan and.
He does that. He does that.
It's funny on multiple levels.
He's gone out for milk a few times.
So you're telling me he comes back?
You can believe that, Akko.
Okay.
He keeps texting his kids saying he'll be back soon, but that was like 3 times ago, and they're getting a little impatient.
I see. Mercenary for 5. Have any of you?
They're legit like, Dad's coming back soon. I know he is.
Mercenary for 5 says, have either of you guys seen YouTube pushing these AI voice channels with AI stories about Warhammer crossing over with everything? It's getting worse. Yeah, I don't watch shorts.
There's actually a channel, but the dude does all the voices himself. He's not AI.
Yeah, there's only one
specifically one, like a singular.
There's one I know that writes his own stories, but he's like, I can't do good voices, so I have AI do the voice, but I write all the stuff it reads.
Here's the benefit with AI channels, right, chat, is it's actually very easy to spot them. Like I complained about this on Twitter the other day, but I was listening to a horror AI channel the other day on accident. And I realized like 5 sentences in, because the problem with AI is it loops back on itself constantly.
Yeah.
It has to constantly remind you what it's talking about because it needs to remind itself what it's talking about.
Yeah.
And that might not be the case in the future. But if you hear like one of those story channels and the voice sounds a little off and they've repeated the same information 3 or 4 times, it's AI for sure.
Yeah.
I started to feel like the Dragon Age game was not made in AI.
I just realized my C button. Oh, there I am.
Probably was.
The new one?
The new one, yeah. Because I remember the joke about that game is that they repeat over and over the story beat over and over. Or like what? Oh, the character. Oh, this one? You mean this one who did this? Yes, that one who did that thing.
Yeah, it's rough.
Also, isn't that what was it called? Dragon Age what?
Dragon Age Veilguard.
What? Wait, what?
Veilguard.
Oh yeah, so I'm non-binary.
Oh god, that was. I've seen that like clip. It makes me.
I don't even know what that means anymore.
Okay.
That's literally how it's brought up in the game, in the story. It comes
like
up.
It's not a joke.
Who starts the conversation like that?
The person in Veilguard.
That's what they want. That's what we want to know.
One more, and then we'll continue. Internet Zen again for
Nice.
5. I'm an orc player who started back in 3rd edition. None of you know my pain against the filthy blue-skinned cow bastards. Wah.
Oh god, a horde army makes my bank account want to kill itself. Like that's oh
Nah,
god.
get a 3D printer. You'll be fine.
I have a 3D printer for pew pews. I don't have a resin printer.
Ah.
I could print a Lehman Rust maybe, but that's it.
Let's continue.
One another for entertainment. And when they are not doing that, they are kidnapping entire planetary populations and assaulting and slaughtering entire planets of humans and xenos alike just for their own twisted entertainment. Those that are taken alive have the worst end of all, as they will be given to Dark Elder's homunculi to be experimented on and twisted into monsters that will go in the arena or be used on battlefields. Or worse, being used to be tortured endlessly just so the Dark Elders can stave off Slanesh. Their pleasure and the pain they cause in excess being the only thing that keeps them alive, as Slanesh will devour them otherwise. And usually, to twist even more the knife in the wound, they will keep you alive even when they are done torturing you, usually turning you into decorations of furniture to adorn their wretched halls, leaving you alive in agonizing pain for the rest of time. The Eldars are the main cause of the downfall of the galaxy into the Dark Ages it faces now, and even with the few decent factions that emerge from it, a few good apples don't cancel the birthing of one of the 4, and a literal Satan with endless power.
I'm sorry, I hate to pause so soon, but I have to read this because it just came in. Internet Zen for 5. Attari, quote, I am not a Dark Eldar, I am a Void Elf and a Lamia, unquote. Your model looks like a Dark Elf. Hey, Monculus, you is a Git and is a Dark Eldar. You is a Git and is a Dark Eldar.
It's actually called, if you want to use the orc word, they actually call us spikies. Get it right.
No, that's for chaos.
No, they call us spikies.
Pointies is what they called.
No, scrawnies who are spikies.
I think you're just
Chat, the teachers are fighting again.
No,
All right,
I'm right and
we're
Sil's wrong.
continuing.
Now we come to the Tyranids, and this is probably the dumbest of arguments I ever saw for arguing that a species that literally devours planets is the good guys of a universe. The Tyranids are a galactic-level threat. They are ever-adapting bioforms created only for one thing: consume everything in their path. They attack planets or entire star systems, slaughter all defenses on every planet, and then consume it to absorb all the biomass they can from it, leaving behind only a dead desert world, not a cell of life remaining on it. The hive fleets that create them and assault planets are connected by something that the Imperium calls the hive mind. It is an hyper-intelligent link that plans assault after assault of planets for the acquisition of ever more biomass, which in turn is used to create even more bioforms that are used to attack even more planets in a chain. The Tyranids will stop only when the entire galaxy is devoured and left as a lifeless husk of dead rocks. And this is where the entirety of the argument on them being the good guys crumbles. Because it is based on the fact that the Tyranids don't have secondary purpose other than devour everything, because it is all they know how to do. But that, once again, can be farther from the truth. The Tyranids' assaults are far from animalistic in nature. Maybe they are in the beginning, but we have seen more than once that the Tyranids, once they are connected to the hive mind, become a species with purpose. They will organize and fight on battlefields with tactics, as every army, meaning that there is a bigger intelligence to organize their efforts, for the single purpose of killing and consuming every living organism it finds on its path. For example, in the Shield of Baal series, the Tyranids of Hive Fleet Leviathan are moving to attack Baal, the homeworld of the chapter of Space Marine known as the Blood Angels. In this series, at one point, the Necrons that were sleeping on one of the worlds wake up. And when they came out of their tomb, they found the world in a siege against the Tyranids. The Blood Angels fighting against them with what was left of the planetary population, and made a temporary alliance with the Blood Angels, as described even in the short story Words of the Silent King, just this time to fight together. The Necrons unleashed a weapon that hit the Hive Fleet and pretty much deleted a good chunk of it, stunning it and sending the Hive Mind in a confused state, before the Necrons and the Space Marines used the occasion to evacuate the planet. Mephiston, the Blood Angels' chief librarian, was capable of reading the emotions of the Hive Mind in that moment. It was angry. In fact, it was furious with what had just happened. This shows that the Tyranids have an higher intelligence and have higher emotions, and if you fuse with that the fact that they used to have an ambassador race in the Zodes, And the fact that they send Gene Stealer Patriarchs to infect the worlds they are going to attack, and create a Gene Stealer cult just to weaken it in preparation for their assault, and the fact that if they win, they will remove the mind control from the infected humans of the cult, just to have them fall in despair to what they had done before consuming them, you understand two things of the Tyranids. First, they are intelligent enough to choose to be hostile and kill everything in their path for their own purpose, and to become stronger. And secondly, that they relish in playing with their own auxiliaries just to see them desperate before they too succumb. Only sentient beings relish in desperation and in killing other living beings. It is a trait of higher intelligence that you can't really ignore. The Tyranids know what they are doing, and have chosen to be hostile. This means that they could have chosen otherwise. By definition, this makes them evil.
I mean, even if they weren't intelligent.
What?
It's, violently Italian is what I say.
Chat said I can see why y'all call him very Italian. Also, thank you for the bananas, Sir Chimpus.
Imagine him
Sir
doing all that
Chimpus
and
banana
gestures in between.
So they
also it sounds like they're just Zerg.
Funny
the Zergs
story.
are based on these guys.
Yeah, funny
So
story,
was
Mizu. StarCraft was supposed to be a 40k game, and then
I
they
was
couldn't
unaware
agree
of
on the licensing. Well, if you want on your own, like pull up an image of a space marine from like StarCraft, and then like art of a regular space.
No,
marine.
they definitely look like them, for sure.
Oh yeah. So like the Protoss or the Eldar, the Zerg or the Tyranids, like it's.
I liked Protoss.
Like
yeah, but Protoss also take inspiration from the Necrons as well. So
I was a Protoss player.
Of course you were. Anyway.
Yeah, this is a good one.
I never played that game. I heard it was good though.
Yeah,
Until you played online, and then it was fucking awful.
Yeah, no, but literally, like they couldn't agree. Same with like Warcraft and like Warhammer Fantasy type shit. Like World of Warcraft. Like GW really dropped the ball with that licensing with StarCraft.
Yeah, Blizzard was the creators of Blizzard was big fans of Warhammer, and they played it themselves, and they wanted to make a game out of it. And eventually, they got a potential deal with Games Workshop to make a game. However, it got fumbled, and with all the assets they already had like working on it, it would be a shame to just throw them all away. So they just rechanged them to make their own thing instead.
And then we got World of Warcraft.
GW is like kings of dropping the ball.
Like, yeah, killing the golden goose does not begin to describe it.
Yeah.
With spacefaring locusts does it everything indiscriminately.
Then we have the Necrons, another species coming directly from the War in Heaven, known before they became the Necrons as the Necrontyr race. Another race created by the Old Ones, like the Eldars and the Krorks. They were a sickly and weak race, born on a planet in inhospitable conditions. They had a very short life, and built their cities underground and fashioned like tombs. As it is what they will be in the long run. They begged the Old Ones to grant them respite from their situation, but to no avail. So when the Necrontyr found another very powerful race called the Catan, they made a deal with them. The Necrons were to help the Catans against their enemies, the Old Ones, and in exchange, the Catans would grant them eternal life. They were tricked into accepting. The Catans created bodies for the Necrontyr made of living metal, a very powerful substance that only the Necrons know how to fashion and use, and made a transference to move their souls from their bodies to the new living metal bodies. The Catans devoured the majority of the souls of the Necrons, and turned them into mindless slaves, with only the upper echelons of their society maintaining singularity and personalities, other than working brains. Necrons like the Silent King, Trazin the Infinite, and Orican the Diviner, a few of the names that come to mind as for Necrons that maintained individuality. But as promised, the Necrons started the War in Heaven, the war against the Old Ones, their favorite species in the Eldar, and then the species created to...
So the robots decided to start fighting the gods. Is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Because so the Old Ones believed life is sacred, and because unfortunately the Necrontyr's situation was a completely natural mishap of he kind of brushes over it. Their star was really fucked up, so they were constantly having like horrible radiation storms across the planet. That's why they were underground. And they were like, hey, can you like cure our super cancer? And the Old Ones were like, unfortunately, prime directive a la Star Trek, we don't want to interfere.
The thing is, the Necrons were kind of screwed over by this genetical mishap because of the star they had to adapt towards. So they were very short-lived, and the entire society was built around tombs, because that's what they would eventually end up as.
Yeah.
So they asked the old ones because they were very spacefaring at this point and very high technology. So they asked them for aid and help. And the old ones, in infinite wisdom, said, no touchy.
No,
we don't touch our creations.
I see.
Their DNA was so fucked up from their original star that, like, even when they developed space travel and traveled to other planets to live on, it didn't cure their, like, space cancer, because it was just like a part of them at that point.
And the Necrons are desperate. Like, a lot of them are desperate to find way from, like, the inevitable downfall that they are, like, slowly. They're not falling down, like, because there are billions on trillions of Necrons all around the galaxy. They are very much, like, successful when it comes to scouring around the entire galaxy and making their own. However, they still want to fix this major flaw they have. So they find this Catan, who are other beings of similar might and power as the old ones, and they are given a deal, and that's the thing you mentioned right now, where they are willing to get stronger bodies. However, in the deal, when they are changed bodies and mind, like not minds, but bodies are changed, their souls goes along with them. They become soulless automatons, basically.
It was very monkey's paw type thing. You get to.
Yeah.
They were given as monkey's paw. Yeah, they were true to the words, but they took away from them everything in a sense.
Yeah, we'll go to war with the old ones with you and give you stronger bodies, of course. But you're going to become our soldiers, and you won't have a choice.
Unless you're super duper lucky to gain any form of sentience.
Well, they kind of deliberately left the higher level ones in charge because you needed someone to kind of order things around. But, like, your average civilian just became a foot soldier.
Yeah.
Like, but the nobility kind of retained their independence.
Right.
Because they needed it.
Right. All right, let's
Akko,
continue.
what is this? Akko. What the?
Somebody sent me that. I was just like, that's amazing. Here, I'll show it to the chat. In 2001, Sega printed their own currency, which caused an economic crisis in Japan. Google Sonic inflation for more info.
Thank you, Akko. Very cool. Jesus Christ.
I just felt like that would be good to insert a laugh there. All right, let's continue.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fight them, the Krorks. A war they pretty much won, with the Eldars going into hiding as they were mostly psychic-based warriors, and the Necrons are immune to psychic influence entirely, and the Krorks left without their masters once the Catans and the Necrons killed the Old Ones in their entirety. One was rumored to have survived and to have become the Emperor of Mankind at a later date, but that is just a theory. It is then that the Necrons turned on the Catans, that shortly before turned against one another themselves. They moved war to the equivalent of their own gods, and even there they won, thanks to their superior technologies and immortal ever-regenerating forms. They defeated the Catans, and enslaved them as sources of energy to use in their empire and war machine, managing to kill one of them, the Catan Landugor, also known as the Flayer. When it died, the Flayer transmitted a virus to the Necrons, creating the Flayer virus, where the Necrons that are infected yearn to be organic again. And to achieve that, they will slaughter and flay any living beings, wearing their bones and organs and covering themselves in their skins. At that point, the Silent King, the Supreme King of the Necrons, cut the connection he had with every Necron of the galaxy to avoid the virus spreading to the entire race. As the Necrons return to their tombs after what can be estimated as millions of years of war to rest, only recently waking up again in 40k and emerging from their tombs once again. Now the Necrons are divided in dynasties.
Okay, so unfortunately in 40k, they just magically wake up and were just kind of like fucked because they woke up and super battle robots are trying to kill everybody again.
So they weren't magically. The plan was to basically outlive the Eldar and everybody else in like the long game, like,
and that didn't happen.
Every other race just killed itself.
Yeah.
But they've been woken up accidentally, and they're woken up slowly. Like, the idea was it was like a timer. They'd all wake up at once, and it would just be GG for anyone there. But when you pass 40 million years, things break down. Timers go out of sync in to translate it in a different way, and so now they're kind of waking up in groups slowly.
you kind of mentioned that it slept for 65 million years, pretty much.
Yeah.
But the idea was that they could, because Necrons were able to weave their future in time as well. And this was a certain time frame where they noticed that all their enemies and foes will be completely wiped out or dead during this time. And it's currently similar to the time frame we are currently in today, but not right. But however, a lot of Tomb Worlds has opened up earlier than they should because of tampering with humans or other Xenos races or anything else. Or by some people who just refuse to go to bed. Trasen.
I do want to say, like, people literally build like entire civilizations that will be like 1,000 years or like thousands of years old, and like it's like, oh shit, we've built on top of a Necron tomb. That's not good. They're awake now.
Easy.
They don't like that we're on their planet.
Yeah, it happens very often, apparently.
It happens more often than you would think for how many planets there are in the entire galaxy.
I'm gonna poke Rory the Romulan in chat. They weren't deceived by a rogue Catan. His name was known to the Necrons eventually as the Deceiver, the guy who brokered the deal with the Silent King. That's what they call him now. It wasn't a rogue Catan. This was the plan from the beginning.
Yeah, they're like, yes, this plan. I think this whole plan will work. They were never going to
actually help the Necrons. It was always a trick.
M says he hates me right now.
It's just they were stupid enough to be like, you know what? I'll take my odds on that.
Yeah, and then they started fighting each other because they're petty assholes. And then the Silent King was like, "It's time for a boom."
I hate all of you.
Yeah, no, the Silent King kind of, after they won against the thing, then the Catan started to look at each other as their own, because there are multiple Catan shards, or like not shards but Catans, and they were looking at each other kind of meanly. And during the time, the Silent King saw his opportunity to free his people, so he challenged the Catan who gave them form, who was the previous allies, and to fight for their own freedoms again.
So,
and that's the kind of thing it goes.
Catan feed off of souls. Well, they used to feed off stars, and then the Necrons gave them physical bodies, and like, man, souls are way tastier than star matter. So then they started fighting each other over like planets to eat after they beat the old ones.
And the reason why the guy's called the Silent King is because he was the one who struck the deal originally. So he severed his connection to all other Necrons that he had all the control over, and decided to, did he outlaw himself, or was it, or
he exiled himself after everyone went to sleep. He severed the connection to, one, to freeze the flare virus, and two, to sort of restore control from like him literally controlling everybody to like the individual like lords and overlords and shit. And then he basically told them, hey, go to sleep, we're all gonna wake up at this time, I'm gonna go banish myself because this is all my fault.
Yes. And eventually, he went off away from the galaxy, pretty much on the off end, and then he saw a massive swarm of Tyranids, and was like, "Oh shit!"
I have to pull up the quote again, Attari, but I think it's been implied in some recent lore that he created the Tyranids. Don't quote me on it. I have to look it up again, but it's really stupid.
I'm ignoring that. You know what? That's another GW thing we're ignoring, and everyone else here should also ignore because it's stupid and dumb. I would argue the same thing for Elder Spirit Stones. It's like also stop the cap. They're capping, and I am not letting them cap.
Yeah, I have to find the paragraph again. It's floated around Pontius's Discord off and on, and he's mentioned it a few times in the lore descriptors. Yeah. It's really dumb.
What the fuck was that?
Saturn's having a spurt moment. Just let it calm down.
Like I'm clenching my teeth so hard, like my molars hurt. Like when I'm trying to hold my tongue. It's hard, bro.
When GW has these very things that work kind of thing, and then they have a Spurg moment where they add certain additions to the lore, or like kind of theory crafting, And it just doesn't make fucking sense in any sense of the word.
They're like, let me make it better, right? Look, I know I'm gonna make the story better than it used to be, and then they do that, and then it's like, you just took like a fat shit in my book. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Like the Terminus Decree is kind of the big example of taking a mystery story. I'm gonna make Saturn do a war crime in a minute. I need to stop.
I didn't even give a fuck about the Grey Knights. Now I just feel bad. Like the 5 Grey Knights fans that exist are very upset.
Hey, that's two more fans in the Iron Hands. Okay.
I was just about to say something like that.
God. All right. Let's continue.
Inside jokes that they don't understand. I realize.
Not yet. Let's continue because I got about an hour and a half left before I need to go to bed.
Understood.
It should be enough time.
We got a lot of they don't know any of these words or names unless they're mentioned in the video. We're not trying to avoid mentioning it.
Fine.
I'm bad at it too. All right.
But are the most advanced species left in the galaxy in terms of technology. Virtually immortal and with war machines that can annihilate multiple planets at once. Like the World Engine, a war machine the size of a planet and has scoured various planets of life before the Imperium managed to stop it. With the chapter of the Astral Knights sacrificing themselves to turn off his shields and have the engine bombed to pieces by an entire fleet. The Necrons, save a few, see organic life as an invasive species, parasites and intruders in a galaxy that is by right theirs, as one of the first species, and conquered in a
so they're Jewish.
Yeah.
Understood.
Or so big, the Imperium could not even imagine it.
What?
Akko's going through an arc, apparently.
No, it's just like...
You're going through like an arc where you're just like obsessed with Jewish.
You've been too long with Amalgamite, I think.
Well, it's just like they believe that it belongs to them by right.
Fine.
It does.
So, like, some people...
That's all I'm gonna say!
Like, people sit there and go, oh, the Necrons went to sleep because they were losing. No, they were winning. They went to sleep because they were literally running out of power. That's how hard they were beating everybody. Like, they won.
They were also, like, legit the Eldar's, like, top, like, enemy type thing. And, like, they wake up and, like, the Eldar have literally fucked themselves into almost non-existence. And it's like, haha, we're winning.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. They won the war. However, they killed the old ones as they should be. And they won the war, as he mentioned. However, what he kind of glossed over is, after they fought with the Catan themselves and turned them into shards, they were kind of broken and beaten from that war. So they kind of fought 2 wars in the...
Yeah.
And then the other Eldar and Orcs, or Kroorks at this point, were kind of... Yeah, well, they were starting to regroup a bit. So they said, okay, while we are ahead, let's take a sleep and nap. Otherwise
the only
we are
reason
not
they're
gonna
like,
win.
our infinite batteries are running low because we kicked everyone's ass so hard. We need to take a nap.
I see.
Yes.
Anyway, let's continue.
The only reason the galaxy still has organic life and has not been scoured of all living things is that only a few Necrons have truly awakened, with their race awakening very slowly, and a few dynasties truly emerging from their tombs. If their entire race awakens, the galaxy is doomed to become an empty husk, where the only things left living are made of metal.
Unleash the power of the Neferu. Our worlds are infested. Scour them clean. This is my hour.
And last of the major players of the galaxy, even with how small their species is, we have the Tau race. The Taus are the youngest of all the species fighting for supremacy in the galaxy. It is a society divided in castes, and that originates by a planet the Imperium avoided applying exterminatus to because of external events. As they were sighted no more than 5,000 years ago using...
Huh?
He said castes. It's casts.
Yeah, this is cast instead of casts. Again, second language.
Should write down a list of words that you should have him say next time we do this.
We can do that.
We can poke him in his server for sure. Be like, hey, read this out loud.
Sticks and stones on their world of origin by an Imperial patrol that was preparing to apply exterminatus to the planet before being called away for other major events. Their society was divided in 4 castes in the beginning: the water, fire, air, and earth caste. The castes were hostile to one another and hated each other. This was until a 5th caste emerged, the ethereal caste. The Ethereals are the highest echelons of the Tau, seemingly being their commanders and being the ones that help them put to the side their differences and start working together. They created the ideology of the greater good, where everything the Tau race does is all in the name of an highest purpose of living all in harmony and together. And this is why people consider them the good guys. It is a shame that is just surface level reasoning when you look a bit deeper into the species, and especially the Ethereals. The first example of this are a species that was called the Poctrun. They were the first sentient race to join the Tau Empire in M37, when they started expanding and annexing more species to their greater good ideology. But strangely enough, within a few generations of joining the Tau, a strange disease destroyed the indigenous population of the verdant and lush planet they lived on. The Tau, who strangely enough were immune to the plague, inherited their own world, renaming it Borkan, and turning it into a prime world under direct Tau control. The Tau would expand and conquer more and more, annexing more and more races either through alliance, subterfuge, or open war, until they came into contact with the Imperium, violating its borders and not being able to identify themselves to the Imperial planet guarding space in that region. One of their ships was fired upon and destroyed, and this, from both sides, was a declaration of war. The real extent of how much evil the Ethereals are capable of came out thanks to one of their own commanders, Commander Farsight. Commander Farsight was the most skilled of the Tau generals and most powerful of their warriors. While fighting in a campaign against the Imperium, Farsight was the first to witness the warp and the entities dwelling inside. Thing that terrorized him and showed to him that the Ethereals were hiding things from the wider Tau race. And during the war against the Imperium, when he found out that his entire Ethereal force and commanders had been slaughtered in battle, he saw in first person the castes of the Tau starting to be hostile to each other once again. Almost as if the Ethereals were the only thing in the entire species keeping them amicable through partial mind control. It is at that point that Farsight turned his back to the Tau Empire at large, took his forces and whoever wanted to follow him, and left the Ethereals behind, founding the small empire today known as the Farsight Enclaves. There, Farsight abolished the caste system that kept Taus relegated to certain hierarchy and roles, and the Ethereals were made enemies of the Enclaves, to be killed on sight. It is why, to this day, for the Tau Empire, the territory of Farsight is forbidden space, and Farsight itself is being hunted by one of his former best friends and current commander of the Tau forces, Commander Shadowsun. And to conclude the show of hypocrisy of the Tau, we have the 4th Sphere expansion incident. The incident was pretty much an experiment, the first experiment the Tau made with warp drives to enter the warp, but they did it with a massive fleet and with no Geller fields. Their slipstream modules creating a giant wound in real space that devoured the fleet whole into the warp. And having human auxiliaries with them, this means that the moment they entered the warp, their ship was assailed by legions of demons and warp entities that seemed spawned from the humans they had with them. That incident is also where the Tau will see for the first time the warp entity known as the God of the Greater Good. Having seen that humans were the ones creating the warp entities with their mind, the Tau of the 4th Sphere expansion started slaughtering all of their auxiliaries of other species, until none were left. 3/4 of the fleet were destroyed, and only remnants of the ships managed to come back, helped by the entity dubbed the God of the Greater Good. The Ethereals had buried the incident and scrambled to contain all knowledge of the catastrophe, but when the 4th Sphere expansion Tau came back, they came back extremely changed in their ways. Now, the Taus of the 4th Sphere expansion have become extremely xenophobic, and are known to send their own auxiliaries of other species to death on purpose, or slaughtering them all themselves. To the point that all auxiliaries of other species had to be removed from the Tau left of the 4th Sphere. The Tau are no better than the Imperium. At least the Imperium and humans are open in their hate for anything different. The Tau come at you with a smile, ready to wipe you out if they find it more advantageous for themselves.
I had to see through a PowerPoint on Tau for Herdusi. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
Now, even if we look at minor alien races, we can see that not really many of them are or were friendly. The Sloth, Megarachnids, and even the now extinct Rangdans are examples of that. But the biggest enemy humanity has is not an alien, but it is in fact an horror beyond comprehension, known only with the name of Chaos. To explain in detail what chaos is, we have to return to the story of the Imperium for a second. After the birth of Slanesh and the end of the Age of Strife, warp travel became once again possible in the galaxy. It is then that the Emperor arose on Terra. A Terra divided into warring factions of techno-barbarian warlords. The Emperor will start a series of conflicts known as the Unification Wars, where he will first use the genetically enhanced Thunder Warriors and then the transhuman super soldiers of the Space Marines to reunify Terra under his rule, and then move to annex and conquer the rest of the solar system. The Emperor would also create beings known as the Primarchs, pretty much partial clones of himself, created using his own DNA as a template, and demigod beings if compared to anything a human is. They will be the gene fathers to Space Marines, and the greatest generals the Imperium ever had. The Primarchs will be scattered around the galaxy by a warp rift that opened in the laboratory of the Emperor when they were still toddlers.
So are they basically his kids?
As close as you're gonna get, yeah. They were made from his genetic material.
Yes, they address him as father sometimes.
Father, and
they always, yeah.
Where did they get that genetic material?
Him.
Yeah, but like,
himself as a template.
Yeah, but like, did he carve parts of his body off, or
he used his own DNA as a template? He's not like
he's a master of manipulation of
They're
DNA.
test tube babies, Akko.
Yeah, so like
test tube babies, but made with like a man with 10,000 years of genetic knowledge.
Yeah, because he's a gene craft master essentially.
Okay, so he jacked off.
His work of craft is essentially magic from the naked eyes.
So he jacked.
Go ahead.
No, he did not jack, but you can.
I was gonna say he jacked off into a cup. That's what you're saying.
He jacked off to a woman called Erda.
Don't talk about Erda. We don't talk about Erda.
The worst mother in history. So he did have
a woman. GW created a woman the Emperor had helped him make the Primarchs, and she's literally the reason they get lost in the warp.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
They create the strong woman character and make her an asshole. It's hilarious.
I see.
And the Emperor had to declare the Great Crusade using the legions of Space Marines without them, to unify mankind under his rule, and re-establish human dominion in a galaxy that hated humans, and wanted them gone or enslaved. The Great Crusade will sweep the galaxy in search of the Primarchs, as the newly formed Imperium of Man became stronger and stronger, as the Space Marine legions conquered more and more planets, annexing human colonies either by alliance, or unfortunately at times by war, and liberating all human colonies it found under control of Xenos of any kind. In time, the Imperium of Man will control the majority of the galaxy, as 18 of the Primarchs were found and reunited with their legions. It was at this point, after the conquest of Ullanor and the fall of the biggest orc empire ever seen by humanity, that the Emperor will cede command to his favorite son and most skilled general, Horus Lupercal, to retire on Terra to work on his secret projects in peace. It is here that chaos will strike. The forces of chaos managed to corrupt Horus by showing him a bleak vision of the future that depicted the dark ages of the Imperium. Horus became convinced that the Emperor had betrayed him and lied to all of his sons.
Together we banish the ignorance of old.
Horus got one guy.
What?
It's like
one guy.
It's like he's gonna betray us all, so I'm gonna betray him, and he literally fulfills the prophecy that he saw. Like, you fucking.
The kind of thing is. Horus got one guide, pretty much, is what you need to know.
Yeah.
And the Chaos Gods lied to him and showed him a partial truth.
Yeah.
And that was enough to get him on.
The ending that happens is indeed the truth, but it's his fault.
I see.
Yeah. Mm.
So he is the betrayer's son. Is he also the oldest?
He is the... He
was the first found, but they were all technically made at the same time. But he was the first to be rediscovered.
Okay. He's the Emperor's favorite as well. If you want
he was.
No.
He wasn't the favorite, but he was made War Master, not because
the favorite child is Sanguinius.
Yes.
Okay.
That's only a little bit of cope.
Okay.
Here we are.
But you betrayed me. You betrayed us all. You stole power from the gods and lied to your sons.
What?
I love the voice acting on that. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
And I want this 3D model. I want to make this outfit in cosplay form.
I hate that
Did
they
you
all have
cut-
DD helmets, but yeah.
I tried to make Abaddon and then it got stuck because I fucked up the pattern halfway through.
Oh no.
Don't worry about it.
Mankind has only one chance to prosper. If you will not seize it, then I will!
Horus will corrupt and sway by subterfuge or betrayal 8 of his brothers and their legions to join him, and will start the civil war known as the Horus Heresy. A giant civil war that showed the full power of chaos and corruption on all that were on the side of Horus. This civil war will go on for almost a decade and cost trillions of lives, splitting the Imperium in half and throwing it in an apocalyptic war that will sign humanity forever in the millennia to come. The Loyalists in the end emerge victorious. Horus died by hand of the Emperor, but the Emperor will be wounded beyond healing, and will be entombed in the Golden Throne in a life support system, where he resides silent and in pain from millennia. The Loyalists, after winning, scour the galaxy of all people loyal to Horus and the gods of chaos, pushing them back from the territories they held in the Imperium all the way into the Eye of Terror and the Warp, the domain of demons and the gods of chaos themselves. The Imperium at that point learned that the enemy was not only aliens, but renegades and chaos were the biggest of threats. Chaos influence is a power that can corrupt everything. Technology, entire planets, and especially their populations. And it isn't something you must choose to do. Even just seeing a symbol of one of the Chaos Gods, or even learning their names, is enough over time to become corrupted, even without realizing it. And if Primarchs and Space Marines could fall to it, then nobody was truly safe from its influence. And by definition, nobody was to be trusted. The Imperium, thanks to those events, learned that gods existed, and hated every single one of them. And they learned that nobody could truly be trusted fully, as nobody was safe from the entities of the warp. This is the reason the Inquisition was established. This is why entire planets are purged and every single sign of corruption is hunted down and dealt with before it becomes a bigger threat. Over time, all loyalist Primarchs will disappear, and the management of the Imperium fell on the flawed humans. This is when the Dark Ages truly descended on the Imperium of Man, with many events like the Age of Apostasy signing its darkest moments. Now, this is a section I want to call the Falls of the Imperium, because while the Imperium, as I have showed, are more like the victims of this galaxy, they are flawed in their own rights, but with good reason. The Imperium of Man itself, under the Emperor, was a contrarian to all kinds of religions, because the Emperor knew that worship was empowering the gods of chaos, and so acted accordingly, purging all that would not abandon their beliefs, as they were actively empowering the archenemy. It is in this that people find irony, as when the Horus Heresy ended, the Emperor himself became the god of the human race, worshipped in the Empire by all, and worshipping anything else being a crime punishable by death. Once again, as usually, belief in anything but the Emperor inevitably leads to the predations of chaos. The human fear of knowledge and technology came from the cybernetic revolt, where technology almost wiped us out. The human fear of the alien came from the Age of Strife, where humanity was battered into submission by various alien races, that would have wiped us out entirely if they had the means to do so. Unfortunately, this means that when the Imperium was established, even peaceful alien races were purged with extreme prejudice by the Emperor and the legions. It is a tragedy, yes. But can you really blame it on the human race at that point?
No.
Humanity was the first to extend their hands in peace to anything they didn't know. The alien, the psyker, and always they paid the price for the tolerance they showed. For the human race of the Great Crusade and Warhammer 40k at large, now tolerance is a privilege they can no longer afford, as the Emperor emerging was the last hope humanity had to reunite the human species under one single banner and avoid the extinction of all humans of the galaxy, especially if chaos had taken initiative. The Imperium of Man also didn't leave the colonies that wanted nothing to do with the Imperium alone, but in fact moved war to them and conquered them forcefully, pushing them into submission with the weight of the Space Marine legions and the slaughter of their armies. People point at the Interrex mainly as the principal example of this, but I want everyone to ask themselves something. Was leaving these colonies alone really an option? Think about it. If you can simply ask to be left alone, what reason there would be to accept being all under the same banner? If some empires or stars were simply left independent and free from the control of the Imperium, what would have stopped other planets asking the same? What would have pushed people to join the Imperium if they could simply answer no? Every single planet left unconquered was, to put it simply, a threat to the stability of the Imperium. By the simple fact they existed, they could inspire others to join them. And maybe they would even join forces with the free colonies to declare a rebellion against the Emperor, undermining the stability of the entire empire that would divide into warring factions for independence and cause even more division. Leaving colonies alone was simply not an option when you are trying to build a giant empire that is moving war to everything to bring the galaxy under the control of humans once again. Tolerance had failed once. The Emperor was wary of it failing again. So, it simply became not an option any longer to have an open mind in any way possible. The main thing that now drives the Imperium is...
It's the most pro-American thing I've ever heard.
The rewards for tolerance are treachery and betrayal.
One of the greatest quotes was one of the most sketchy artworks behind it.
Just like the most American thing I've ever heard. We paid
Made by a British
tolerance.
company.
We paid...
Before Britain.
In the game of life, the only failure is death.
Heresy grows from idleness, chat.
Holy shit.
What is it? Idle hands or the devil's plaything?
Yeah.
Yep.
You okay, Mizu?
Blessed is the mind too small for doubt.
Oh goodness, that's
It's one of
amazing.
the greatest quotes from Dawn of War.
The survival
How
of
did
humanity at
Atari get
large.
so small?
I don't know. Why? You like made it small?
Not that small.
Oh.
And nobody in
Then-
the Imperium itself can be trusted. The discovery of chaos and the threat of betrayal and more civil wars after the Horus Heresy left humanity at large paranoid of anything outside of the status quo, rendering many of its members zealots that border on sociopaths that look for taint of any kind anywhere, from dissent to sympathy of the alien, to a mind corrupted by chaos. Rarely slaughters in the Imperium are unmotivated. If you watched my video on the Space Marine chapters that went against the Inquisition, you are aware that, for example, during the Months of Shame, both sides had a point. The Space Wolves wanted to avoid the slaughter of innocent soldiers and civilians just because they had seen chaos, but the Inquisition was well aware that the simple fact they knew of the archenemy would at one point corrupt them. It was the only way to avoid more threats, and this brought more civil wars when the factions clashed. The Imperium itself as a whole is morally grey. It is an empire built on the hate of everything different by the sheer fact that everything different is a threat to the survival of mankind. The Imperium has more than once committed atrocities in the name of human survival. Just look at the actions of Inquisitor Cryptman to slow down an Hive fleet, where he probably exterminated hundreds of billions of people in a system-wide exterminatus just because they could not defend them, and he wanted to starve the Hive fleet of more biomass of which to fight with. The Imperium is not even oppressive in the ways many other...
What the fuck did you just put in the side chat?
I found it in Attari server.
Oh no, it's Gabby who made it.
I found it in
I
Attari
just
server.
noticed that.
It's so good.
Low-key accurate. Low-key.
No comment.
6 feet.
Look at little magma over there on the far side.
Magma's a little bean. What do you mean?
I think this one's the funniest.
Primarch's big black man.
It's Vulcan. He's the one who's out for milk.
The shard.
That's Vulcan.
That's Vulcan out for. That's the Primarch who's constantly out for milk. Don't ask GW what they meant by that.
Chat.
God damn it.
See, Gabby, the yipper would just be a giant yippee. It wouldn't be me.
I like the people keep telling you the Emperor is a furry, low-key, because he made
I'll
a
call his
thing called
Mizu.
Mizu is tiny.
4.5, I think.
4.5, yeah.
5.0.
I like that.
Look a little man all the way on the right.
And Attari is supposed to be 6.2, I think, with a ponytail and the high heels.
Like I said, this one's my favorite right here. She's doing her best.
The reason is because the Thunder Warriors they were very flawed. So they are
the
very
Thunder
retarded.
Warriors were the proto Space Marines, and the reason that they were purged is because they were too mentally unstable to be like a proper fighting force.
Yeah,
So they were
Gabby understands why.
It's insane because then they proceeded to make fucking Warhammer, but
So they're retarded, is what you're telling me.
They were
the
Thunder Warriors are what you would call the Psycho War.
Yeah, they actually Psycho Warriors. Zahel, Magnus is technically the biggest because he uses magic to cheat his size. He can literally go as big as he wants because he's a dumb nerd.
Damn. But Kendra is the thing that scares me.
Oh.
That's shocked.
Yeah, she's 6'6".
That's true.
I love Vulcan Yippee. Vulcan Yippee is so scary. But yeah, that's the Primarch who's out for milk all the time. I don't know what GW meant by it, by making the black one like that, but hey, I don't write the story. Aqua's just giggling away.
The YouTubers presented us. Every planet under the Imperium itself is required to do two things, and two things alone. Ensure the worship of the Emperor and pay its taxes in time. That is literally all the Imperium demands from planets. Because anything but worship of the Emperor causes chaos corruption. As in the universe of 40K, Satan is real, and there is in fact multiple of them with the 4 chaos gods. All of them ready to annihilate all human life if given the chance. Helped by armies of traitor humans, chaos cultists, and chaos space marines. And the taxes paid are used to move war and protect other planets from the threat of the alien, the heretic, and the legions of demons from hell. But you know what irritates me the most? The people that call 40K in general, or even just the Imperium of Man, satire. Does 40K have satirical elements here and there? Yes, every work of fiction and art does. But is Warhammer 40,000 completely satire? Fuck!
Save space, we don't mention
And
his
if
name
Games
here.
Workshop
The
and
horse fucker.
What?
Don't worry about
like
it.
an hour-long video about how it's Warhammer is actually dunking on the chuds. You don't get it. They're making fun of you.
We can watch together after Aquas as
No,
like,
if you watch it, I'm leaving.
No, we're not doing that. Alright.
There's two of very decent writers are trying to make the Imperium of Men appear like satire or something. They have failed miserably. And do you want to know why? Because I can show you when the death of satire happens. And it is very simple.
Oh my gosh, Tave made an orc yippee.
Yeah, oh, you just noticed? Yeah,
Oh
he
my
tagged me in it in the server.
That's so cute.
He's a fungi boy. Fungi.
Does it go wog big and loud, or is it like a little baby wog?
She can literally create ice cream, but it's only one flavor.
Wow.
Green. It's pistachio flavor.
Pistachio.
It's mushroom flavored.
No, green pistachio or mint chocolate chip. You get a couple of them together.
Oh,
I
that's
would not trust it. If someone
adorable.
said the green is mint flavored, I would not trust that.
Mint
They have a
chocolate
red
is
flavor, but it gets to your stomach so fast you can't even taste it.
Oh no.
They have a
Yellow
purple flavor,
gives
but you can't. Nobody's ever had it because they can't find it.
Yeah, yellow gives you extra powerful brain freeze.
Oh.
The black ice cream just gives you a big tummy hort because it's too heavy.
It's so cute. It's got the teeth.
And
You need to say
blue
Daka a lot.
The blue flavor's a little random and different every time, but it's always good.
You know what's crazy about this art? This was a fan art that the original artist made for me, and I asked him if he could do something similar, and he's like, I lost the program that works for me, so he can't recreate this.
Oh,
We have lost technology, but
We
somehow
do.
we got.
Somehow,
There's a tech-
the Yippee lives. The Yippee
No,
lives.
no. Whoever
Atari,
made this, we need to rename them to.
we
Yeah,
have an STC. We can rebuild
was gonna-
it.
I was gonna say, for those who knows it, me, the joke, we're gonna call this new person. Also a priest who made the primaries again. I forgot his name.
Call.
We're gonna call him Archmago's Call now.
Yeah. Tape found the STC for the Yippies chat. We can remake them.
I love it. We have an orc Yippee. It's adorable.
Well,
Red
actually,
Yippies
we
are
already
just
have lore
squigs.
on the red Yippie. Yeah. We already have lore on the red yippies. They ate too much red 40.
They do, and then they explode.
That's why they explode.
Yes, exactly. It's perfect.
It's because they wobble too fast. They fall apart because they're going too fast.
Oh boy.
We're already creating 40k lore and you didn't even know it, Akko.
Simple to see it. Satire dies when you manage to make what you want to satirize in behavior completely justified as behavior. We can see this especially when talking about morally grey factions of 40k and humanity, like the Inquisition. Even the Inquisition is separated in various ideologies on how things must be approached. There is an ideology in the Inquisition and a faction born from it, known as the monodominant faction. They are Inquisitors that believe that only humans should walk the stars, and have devoted themselves to the complete extermination of all aliens of the galaxy, until only humanity is left. Now, this might seem a bit extreme, even by the eyes of the Inquisition. It is why they are usually extremely Puritan Inquisitors. But can you really call this ideology unjustified? Can you really call this faction satire? 99 out of 100 species of aliens encountered around the galaxy are hostile in one way or another. How are the Inquisitors of this faction wrong in wanting all of them gone? Now, obviously, this raises questions in a morally grey territory. The entire Inquisition is morally grey at best in many situations. But does this count as satire? Once again, no, it doesn't. Think so. Because the ideology and the faction exist out of lived experiences, not superstition, not fanatism. Aliens are proved to be almost always hostile against us. Where is the satire in having Inquisitors that want all of them gone? Where is the satire in a justified reaction to a reality of the universe of 40k? And this can be applied fully to 40k. How can the Imperium be satire when before becoming an empire that focuses on the survival of humanity and human supremacy of the stars, they were the only faction that openly offered peace to everyone and coexistence with everyone just to be betrayed and brought to the edge of extinction over and over? What should have humanity in 40k done? Rolled over and died? Was that a preferred outcome than reaching the breaking point and becoming openly hostile to your own enemies? At that point, you have to ask yourself a question. Are you really the bad guy of a situation if everything you have to do is done by sheer will to survive?
No.
Because from what I told you, you now, at least I hope, are seeing that humans were pushed into being like this by near extinction event after near extinction event. And if they have to be the only ones left standing to survive, even while looking at each other with mistrust because of chaos, can you really blame them? Can you really call somebody fighting for their right to exist for thousands of years evil? In my opinion, humans are the victims of 40k. Morally grey at best, but everything they do is done to survive. Because the alternative is extinction, nothing else.
Based.
The galaxy is for the humans. Fuck the Xenos.
You want to reward that?
You,
because by memes, Gilliman took fuck the Xenos to a whole new meaning. In fact, I prepared a PowerPoint I wanted to show you on it.
But up War Part 5. I win a round, finally.
So, Akko, first two questions. What do you think about our the guy who was not here today, Pontius? And his, what do you think about him?
What do I think about him?
Yes, so far.
I think he's very passionate about this world, and you know what? If he was trying to preach a religion, I probably would believe him.
So Pontius has a fun series he does on his Discord called Lore Destroyers, where fans send in videos of bad lore YouTubers, and Pontius, PO, and sometimes the narrator tear them a new asshole, and it's great.
Yeah.
The thing is, you know, there's a similar thing with lore Warhammer YouTubers, along with a lot of reaction YouTubers that you cover a lot. Or like the kind of, let's say, VTuber kind of, you know, what do you call it? Like, the kind of news tubers.
Okay.
News VTubers. It's kind of like that they just parrot a lot of things they hear. Nothing they really look up themselves. They just parrot what the other one said next to them. And that's the thing you have with lore tubers as well. That they always parrot the thing.
And go, ooh.
Yeah, it's also the parrot things that someone has mentioned. It's rarely that you find a lore tuber in the Warhammer sense that covers something that you never heard before. If you've seen a lore tubers from 5 years ago and you listen to them now, a lot of them, they will just say the same thing you heard from the same two YouTuber like who said the same thing. It's just different wording, but it's the same thing. And they do not check up the lore if it's correct or not at all. So they have the same incorrections that they had back in the day as well because they don't look it up.
I see.
Like, Bricky is probably one of the worst examples. Bricky has done actively like unfixable damage to the 40k community.
He's somebody that everybody, I think it's a joke, but people are like, oh, you should invite Bricky on your channel. And I'm like, I thought that guy sucked.
Okay, here's the thing with Bricky. Bricky is he's the friendo, as they call it. We do a lot of VTubers, but that's because he was the friends with a lot of VTubers who want to get into Warhammer, and he kind of has a hip on his shoulder of being the one guy who introduces everybody into the franchise. However,
okay. I was just going to say, if that's the case, then he will not be introducing me to Warhammer. I would rather have Pontius do it.
He was friends with like Matara and a bunch of them. Like he's friends.
I definitely don't want him to introduce me then.
Yeah, he's done a bunch of like it's so bad. Like Pontius, Lumi, and Arch. I think they did a video where they reacted to his big like Warhammer 40k like introduction series. No, it's just Lumi and Arch, and it was bad. Every 5 seconds, Arch was pausing and be like, "This isn't fucking right. What's he talking about?" And then Pontius joined them for another one. They all did.
Yeah, they're kind of autistic level of. Because this thing, Arch and Pontius has both read the sources. They can quote what book and what other things they're made from, or like where everyone pulls the information from, and can call out when someone has like had said something wrong essentially, or anything else.
He's just like, he reads the Wikipedia page and then tells you that he knows everything.
It's not.
Here's the thing. He will look. Pontius will look at a Wikipedia page and say, "No, they got this information wrong."
No, I'm saying that's what Bricky does. Bricky looks at the Wikipedia page and then says, "This is the lore."
Bricky's a little bit worse in a sense, because Bricky doesn't even look at Wiki. He does, but here's the issue. He dumps it down, because I believe that Bricky looks a lot of things and dumps it down to introduce the friends he wants. You know, it's kind of like when you kind of make a joke of something you feel like it's a little bit cringe, but you kind of misrepresent it to make it more fun for the person.
I see. Well, I definitely don't want him to teach me that.
He has done that. So Bricky has a podcast he does with one of his friends called Adeptus Ridiculous, which is like like they do 1 hour long like lore videos, and literally the tagline for that channel is entertainment over accuracy is what they say.
Ugh.
And it's like, if you have to sacrifice the accuracy of if you have to sacrifice the accuracy of what you're talking about to be entertaining, then you're not fucking entertaining.
It's like, it is entertaining from time to time, but like I remember watching unironically before, and it got bad when it's kind of like when you notice that they just pull wrong information, or like the thing is they don't differentiate what is actual true information and what is just them fucking about with random information.
It's hard to tell, yeah.
Really quickly, thank you.
Told by...
I was just gonna say thank you, Deogi Webb, for the raid. I appreciate that. Welcome. We're talking about Warhammer.
Thank you, Simon Says, for the raid.
All based. Simon's cool.
I got raided about the same time you did.
It might have been intentional. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I have a lot of friends that are like big in the Twitter Warhammer community, like Rylanoir, Lionel Johnson, Marshall, Bohemian, like all these people, and they specifically tell me, do not learn from the lore tubers because they'll just get everything.
There's like a handful
wrong.
Like Voldemort, Arch, Pontius, and like 1 or 2 others are the only ones I would trust.
Say Lutin is. People say
Lutin's
like
Lutin. 50-50. He's 50-50.
No, Lutin I would say still. You can listen to him because he does pull information from old books that no one actually will take the time to read. So
yeah, his stuff is accurate. He just has bad takes on other things. You're right.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, this is a series that I am okay doing for quite a long time as I'm learning. And so I'm down to invite any amount of these people.
Don't worry, Pontius is ready to join in if he wants to.
So, well, again,
we can bully Arch or anybody else.
Tonight is probably not the best night for it because I felt like tonight we're just gonna keep it chill. And
Ryan and Rylanor both said that they'd be down.
Okay.
So it's up to you, Occo, who you want to introduce and what. So
I think me and
Marshall,
Mizu.
too.
I think me and
Marshall,
Mizu
too.
would can talk about that. But yeah, I think I'm down for
Yeah.
just inviting just about anybody. Cause like I oh, go ahead real quick.
I was gonna say I'll wrap up the Bricky point real quick because like I've watched Bricky's tabletop, like when he and his friends would play the 40k like tabletop game, and it's very clear from that and like hearing him talk about lore that Bricky is a tabletop player first and a lore person second. Like he talks like when he did his big 40k explained videos, it was partial lore and also a good amount talking about how they act on the tabletop. He did specific videos explaining like these are the factions I covered in the video and this is how they play on the tabletop, and like it's very clear that he's not taking it as a lore first perspective.
And sometimes that's okay. You know, there's going to be people that are interested in the tabletop and they really don't care about the lore. They're just there to have fun. And if you get bogged down,
videos he did were very good. They were fun. It was clearly the lads drinking and having a good old time. But like,
yeah, it's one of those things. It's one of those things where when you're just there to like kill a whole bunch of things, like you might be interested in the lore, but that's not the biggest concern. The biggest concern is, hey, I've got my army of orcs here, and I want to slay you. All right, and I really don't care about like I'll care about the rules enough to play the game right, but I don't really care about the lore, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but I will say I am interested in learning and getting it right, because my one thing is I thought is if I wanted to get into this, I wanted to get into it right. So
that's a very fair thing.
I do. That's why I do want to talk to those people.
Saturn has said to not do memes too much because memes will.
Yes.
I didn't want to do memes. I would tell jokes, but I was not going to be like, "Oh, this is true," but it's actually a meme. No, I hate that shit. Like the satire thing also. So the satire thing also comes from like this idea because there was like, and this is like in like the early '90s to maybe even the '80s when Rogue Trader was a thing, like right when like 40k was being born. They were told like joke stories and some of the articles they would write, GW would, and like they made like an Inquisitor called Obi-Wan Sherlock Kobe or some shit, and people sit there and see this like article from 30 years and go, duh, see, it's always been satire. See, he's called Obi-Wan Sherlock Kenobi, and it's like, oh, shut up.
That's not like
that's not even it's not even a canon argument anymore because it's not canon. Rogue Traders, none of that's canon anymore. But it's like this is clearly not meant to be taken seriously as like a point of contention in the story. It's a joke.
No, yeah, it sounds like a joke, and it just sounds like they weren't being incredibly serious in the beginning there. But I don't know.
People just make shit up. Like there's this orc called Gazgul Mak Uruk Thraka that you'll hear people go, "Oh, he was actually supposed to be a parody of Margaret Thatcher," and that's just like completely made up out of nowhere.
What?
You haven't heard that before?
I've not heard that schizo theory.
Oh, it's so stupid. It's the stupidest. Like the writer who made Gazgul. The guy who made Gazgul was like, "This is so not true. What are you guys even talking about?"
That sounds incredibly schizophrenic.
That's why I just said, huh? Like, fuck. Like, even I haven't heard that one. Like, I don't know if it's an older one or what, but like,
it's been a stupid like, oh, it's. Totally
I can say
true.
that Bricky's told as fact.
Yeah, Bricky's tried to be like, oh yeah, this is where it comes from. It's like this. The writer has had to correct this record like
my Warhammer friends that know more than me, like, I said, oh, there's this channel. I've said, oh, there's this channel and that does lots of lore, and they were like, is it Bricky? Because you should never watch him under any circumstance. And so I just didn't. So I would have never known about this weird schizo meme because they kind of helped me not be confused by telling me to do that.
It's really funny.
He is knowledgeable, but he's surface level at best when it comes to a lot of things.
It's very surface. Again, he is a tabletop fan first, and then he like, oh, and here's the lore also.
He's
kind of.
He sounds like he's very. Again, somebody brought up he's more in for the money sounding than he is for actually creating, and it's just like, that's fine, but
minis don't pay for themselves.
He is making bank, and he used to be making bank, and I know this because when I used to watch his tabletop videos, he came out with a This is around 9th edition coming out, and the Necron's got a whole bunch of new model lines and everything, and they're very expensive and everything. He came out with a 2,000 point list of professionally painted Necrons, all the fresh models and everything, and that guaranteed was at least like $2,000-$3,000 of models and paint and everything like that. And he's just like, "Oh yeah, I just got this." It's like
on release.
Something I'm curious about.
Close.
Is Occo, do you know what faction you prefer now, if you were to be one?
I still need to think about it.
Something.
I might be I might be basic bitch and just go with humans. I'll be honest with you.
Honestly,
Yeah, no.
there's a few different human factions, so that's totally
Don't
valid.
worry. This thing, we can wait for that bit. But Mizu, are you still going with Necron?
Yes.
Of course he is.
Oh, here.
It's okay, Mizu. I have an extra army and
people
two
usually have a
options.
favorite human faction and a favorite Xenos faction.
I like Chaos is my favorite human faction.
Well, that's 'cause you're
Favorite
dumb.
human, yes. A favorite human
qualifies as
faction
human?
is human,
Any of the non-alien, like you can technically do a chaos.
Like, do you just
as
mean
a
like
favorite.
branches? Like, you wouldn't do Space Marines, you'd have like different faction of Space Marine? You mean?
I mean, you
Yeah,
can just
you
be a Space
can.
Marine fan, but you can also be a specific chapter of Space Marines.
No, I
like Blood
Sisters of
Angels.
Battle.
Yeah, Sister Battle. Like, there's a few. Like, Imperium has a little bit too many different factions, but it's because we're watching through their lens and eyes.
Yeah,
usually.
I imagine
And
that's
they're
why.
Both from humanity's perspective, ultimately. So.
Yeah. But yeah,
There's like
any-
different chapters of Space Marines. There's different Sisters of Battle. There's different like other
I'm crying over
humans
here
like
as the one
Krieg
guy
and
who likes-
Cajians and
I'm crying as the
like-
guy who watched that.
Our-
Tides
At the end of the day,
animation.
there's a lot
Arbiters.
of there's more factions that you can we can spurg out about for like 10 hours
Oh, yeah.
minimum.
Well,
So
Like,
let's.
what
I'm
if?
coping so hard about that Tide animation, being like, my sister's a silence. So hard.
What if the next time we focus specifically on just talking about the Imperium then?
Yeah.
that's
That's
a
kind of what this was
that's a
supposed to be.
lot.
Okay, well we
honestly.
can like do multiple
No,
streams
it-
on the Imperium.
Well, we
break
changed
it
this
up.
about
Just
to
break
be
it.
like a little bit about all of it, but mostly Imperium for how they started up. So we have a ground basis to go on. So now we can go proper into Imperium, how from Horus Heresy, from the start of the thing. But it depends. We can talk about it afterwards a bit.
Sounds fine.
I
We can
know,
go with
like-
Imperium more about how they came, because we don't know how they got to where they are today. There's a 10,000 years gap at the moment from Occo and Mizu's lore perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I see someone in chat being like, I love the Yanari until they dropped them. Yeah, so the Yanari faction Pontius brought up very briefly was created a couple years ago, and their storyline has basically been like thrown out the window. GW doesn't know what to do with it.
I like it though. That's
Eldar
Well,
fans are
currently the
getting hard.
Yanari are fracturing right now. The Yanari's fracturing. Yvraine has no idea what the fuck she's gonna do. Yeah, it's
but it had such a good.
yeah. And like I said, they had to like retcon the Gathering Storm like 2 or 3 different times. Like
They have such a good like leader and like.
there's potential there, yes. Again,
There's so much potential.
Eldar fans, GW
It's
doing
good
their best to
leader, just
kick
because
Eldar
of
fans in the
memes.
nuts.
They
Poor
just
Eldar
literally
fans.
spit and piss and shit on your face, and they're like, "Hey, don't forget to buy the minis. You know, the little Eldar minis."
Okay, Occo and Mizu, you know something you can know about Warhammer when you get into it. The Space Marines are the number one child. You get a Christmas presents every weekend.
Yeah, it's so
And
bad.
if you're a Xenos, you get it once every 10 years. If you're a
If you're
Chaos, you get it.
you don't get it.
You get one once a year.
It's bad. So this year was supposed to be the year of chaos. GW was going to do a bunch of chaos model releases and books and stuff like that. Barely any of that's happened, and the Space Marines have gotten new Primaris, 2 new Lieutenant models, I think, and a Calgar model.
That's funny.
Didn't they?
Like-
No, didn't they get 2 Calgar models?
Oh yeah, it's 2 Calgar models and a new Lieutenant, because of course they need a new Primaris Lieutenant, guys, because it's the year of chaos.
2.
If you're an
of the
Eldar, it's
same
on a millennium.
dude. 2 models of the same exact person, like a singular person. Calgar isn't a faction. It's
He's
a
just a dude.
singular dude. They
GW
made
thinks we have
2
F-
different versions.
EW thinks
The-
the Eldar players are literally elves who lives in millenniums.
Like Eldar players are crying so the little Eldar lore. All their stuff is made out of something called Wraithbone. It's essentially warp energy but made solid, and it's supposed to be kind of incomprehensible to everybody else. Like, imagine if I handed you a hammer made of electricity. Like, it just doesn't make any fucking sense to anybody else. It used to be like solid warp stuff, and now it's just a mineral they create and like refine.
I know.
Okay, do you know the reason why they did that? They wanted to add some conflict between them and the new dwarf faction, which is just... Isn't it just rock and stone in space? They just did.
Yes. And they're like, oh, they're trying to mine wraithbone materials. It's like, but they just make wraithbone.
Hold on, Occo. I have a video. You can keep going. I need to send him this video.
Well, we don't have time tonight, but
Oh, it's literally a short. It's literally a short.
Say, us as teachers, let's let Occo and Mizu have their talk now, because we yapped a lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mizu's talk is Mizu's tired.
A day that ends in
Oh, honey.
It's 2 a.m.
Yeah, it's 2 a.m.
Yeah, it's 7
Well,
a.m.
Mizu, technically it's 1 a.m. because time's going backwards now.
Yeah, nerd. Get with the program.
Oh.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Yeah, tonight is daylight savings.
I have a 1 minute 30-second meme video. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Didn't it already daylight savings though?
No.
Okay. I want you to watch this. Okay.
Daylight savings, I think, is in like 5 minutes actually.
They're literally called bone singers. I don't know why you want to make it a mineral.
Okay, there you go.
So are you saying I'm about to get an extra hour?
Yeah.
This is 1 minute and 37
Yeah,
seconds.
actually, you have to stream for an hour longer now. Sorry.
No, I'm gonna go to bed. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, you know what? Fair.
I'm gonna go make rice and chicken after this.
Oh yeah,
All right,
and then
let's
there's
do the
date
meme.
table.
Do the meme.
Go ahead and start loading up. I'll complain about the Votan later at another date. I don't like them.
All right, here we go.
I will play this. I will play this, and then
Yes.
I will sign us off for the night. I think we.
Yes.
I think we've done good enough for tonight. Chat, what do you think? Well, before I leave, I have to read all the super chats because I have a lot of super chats I need to read. So we'll play this. We'll play and I don't want to rob people of their money that they sent. So we'll play this, and then I will do that. So give me one moment. All right. We shall play.
All right, here we go.
Had 18 sons, but the favorite one said, "Daddy, banging my sister is great, but Demon Coochie is simply better."
Oh my gosh.
He said sons, we have the promotional material. If they were black or Chinese, sibling rivalry. Dark Souls, Purple Griffith, Cybernetic Engineer, Cannibal Space Viking, Anger Management Vampire, Egyptian Wizards, Identity Crisis. You, a Nazi general, and a British geezer will fight Eldritch Horror with a flashlight. Roided up mommy nun. Replace your lungs with a V8 engine. We gave a cinder block a knife and a gun. Pacific Rim 3, The Return of Christ. A Super Saiyan with a bald sidekick. Jarate, Mystique, we're going to pump you up with 10 liters of rage potion and let you loose in a schoolyard. It really sucks to be around them. Exterminate us on the twin churches or get a small neighborhood addicted to crack. Blood and violence, dickery and bullshittery, that one really fat streamer. Santa's elves in a mobile home. Suicide really is the only logical option. You are what you eat. I was molested by a clown. The power of imagination. Skeletron Prime put Cthulhu in a fucking Pokeball. Millennials with Gundam.
That's worse.
This is oddly accurate. I hate it.
Wait a minute. I just realized, are there any dwarves in 40K?
So there used to be a faction called the Squats, and they were wiped out by the Tyranids, and so they were kind of their models. So Akko, it's okay, they're back, but they're still
You will be
dumb.
happy to know that canonically there are cat girls in 40K.
They don't look like cat girls, though. They look like a sphinx given human.
Don't tell him.
I've seen them, but it's funnier to say that 40K has genetically engineered cat girls.
So so what you're telling me is Elon Musk survived to the.
Oh, absolutely. He's probably one of the only ones.
He survives to the Imperium.
The Squats were dwarfs. They weren't selling well, so they killed them off, and then now they're back.
They want the link to the short. It's on my channel.
Maybe maybe Elon Musk is a follower of the Necrons.
Honestly, he's probably just a perpetual on Earth fucking around.
I did make a meme that Elon is the God Emperor. He's just fucking about to throw us off his trail.
Everyone knows Cave Johnson is the God Emperor.
Oh goodness.
No.
They even have the God Emperor doing the lemon rant.
Yes. All right. I have a lot of super chats.
He has the citron rant.
I have a lot.
Are supposed to be the new squads.
I have a lot of super chats to read, so I'm gonna read the 2 that were left by Mercenary on Streamlabs. First off, chat, by the way, thank you so much for being here tonight. We are probably gonna do these as often as we can. Probably not every single week because that's a lot to ask people to do. It might be like every month or every other week. We'll figure that out basically.
We'll workshop this later.
Temp just sent me a picture of Sisters of Battle that are also cat girls. Oh, okay.
Before you do reading of your super chats, I am caught up with my super chats, so I'm gonna send you guys to watch Lulu Lasso.
Base.
All right.
Let's
so
see.
have fun with Lulu, guys. Bye bye.
Bye, chat on Mizu's end. Let's see here. Let me make sure. All right. Mercenary Mercenary on Streamlabs. To clarify, I borrowed a 2,000 point Custodes army from a friend to try out an open night game session. The top player not only cheated, but he destroyed the Custodes when I accused him and blamed me for destroying the army. This happened 5 years ago. No.
I hope you're not saying he destroyed your models, because that's a fight. That's a fight right there.
He destroyed a friend's models.
I'd kill him. I'd kill him.
I hope you
need
kicked
to
his
kill.
teeth in, bro. That's so like those are fucking expensive.
I
Even
know.
a Custodes list is probably
A singular mini. I bought a singular mini and it was $36, and they're like this smaller than a fucking water flask.
You know, fun fact, they're more expensive per weight than like actual silver metal. Like the resin models, it's so stupid.
Really?
Yeah, but silver's not worth anything anymore. Trust me, I put a bunch of stock in silver and that shit crashed.
Crash and burn.
Mizu said from his underground bunker.
I don't know if you guys were there for that deep lore, but you never bet on me when it comes to fucking stocks.
No.
No, because I lost like I posted a picture of it on Twitter. I was like what negative 120% on my stocks.
God.
Yeah, because you
I
like
literally
put money.
lost all of my money. I somehow owed money.
Mizu can only be right on things. Here's a payoff. Here's a monkey's paw of Mizu being right all the time.
Yeah, there's
You
your
can only be
monkey's
right
paw,
on
Mizu.
stocks.
You're always right about drama, but you can never make any fucking money.
Yeah. Like I put money in silver and silver tanked. I put money in Apple because I was like, well, Apple's a safe one, and Apple tanked for some fucking reason.
And then you sell and then they go back up, right?
Mizu's curse.
I put money. The only one I made any money out of was Nvidia.
What
And
about-
even then? Nvidia only went up like 20%.
What about Lockheed Martin? Didn't you put money in that?
Yeah, somehow because Trump got in office right after, and they're like, oh, there's no more war, and then Lockheed Martin just tanked. I put money in Lockheed Martin because everyone said there was going to be war, and then it immediately tanked, and so like fuck me, I guess.
And the monkey's paw curls.
True.
Alright.
Let's see here.
I swear to God, the universe just hates me.
What happened was I was
Trump
playing
is-
against a town player where somebody's borrowed the Custodes army, and not only did I get trounced, but the guy cheated and I was blamed for it. So when I say he can go to hell, I mean all town players can go to hell. I see. I
There
see.
we
I
go.
see. I see.
Based.
Oh, wow.
I see. What is town players?
I think you meant to say
I
Tao.
think.
Ah,
I
I
think it's
see. I see. It's the. I get you. I get you. I get you. Okay.
It's the Gundam race.
I fucking hate Ghost Keel so much. I'm never gonna stop coping about that.
You're gonna take
Grulgar.
a shot every time you say it.
Grulgar for 5. Iron within. Iron without.
Based.
Internet Zen, who is the MVP for tonight, for 10, says humanity was completely unprepared for warp storms. Orcs are self-contained life systems that brute force their way through the warp. Eldar had the subwebway. Humans navigators had nothing.
Yeah. The
Um,
webway is just a pocket dimension in between the warp and our reality.
The webway is a bunch of tunnels that connects through in between dimensions, in a sense.
It's an actual nether highway, but it's stable.
it's another highway that's stable. Okay, understood.
Yes.
That's the easiest way, yeah.
Internet Zen again. As the guy who's been playing since 2003, my wallet screams in pain at the memory of how much I've spent on 40k minis, and I'm a kit bashing crazy orc player. The in-joke plastic crack is not a joke.
Again, per weight.
Return to resin, chat. Return to resin. Abstain from the plastic.
Avoid Forge World. That's where all the good shit is.
My understanding of kit bashing is you basically like put a bunch of different kinds of models together to make a new one.
Yeah, the concept of kit bashing is more aesthetic than anything. It goes beyond 40k. Like you can do kit bashing with kind of any hobby, but the idea is like you take random bits or even like the sprue and you turn it into like decorations and shit.
It's basically you just take the bits you have and you just build your own stuff outside. It's kind of like taking Lego and just building your own thing instead of what this tale tells you to do.
It's a pretty good representation of it.
Hey, look, it's 1 o'clock again for the second time tonight.
It is.
All right, another hour, chat. You heard Mizu.
Mercenary for 5. Unpopular opinion, but undeniably true. BattleTech Mech Warrior is more popular at its height than Warhammer, and 40k combined ever was or will be.
BattleTech has shot itself in the foot recently also.
Mech Warrior Online was fun, and they started like pre-selling mechs for like $60.
Oh,
yeah,
gross.
BattleTech did some progressive stuff that made everybody also upset.
No, I don't think BattleTech reached the peak of Warhammer because a lot of things in Warhammer was offline. So no, that's the peak. That's a cope.
Mercenary again for 2. I hate the lack of aliens in BattleTech. Internet Zen for 20. The only warp gods with recognizable depictions that are unchanging are Gork and Mork, who are giant unbeatable orcs, who canonically transformed Nurgle into a squiggly beast for a bit and ate him repeatedly. Warp is weird.
Again, cunning but brutal and brutal but cunning, boys.
That's another thing. I know Nurgle has an elf wife.
Oh yeah,
wife is a stretch.
Here's the thing.
Slave?
It's the here's the thing. When Slanesh was born,
he loves
Eldar
her.
Yeah, he does. But Eldar had their own pantheon of gods, and they all got schnoozed completely really hard because Slanesh was kind of devoured along. Because the power of belief. Like when 99% of your entire population of believe in a god disappears, you kind of lose a lot of power.
Yeah.
So you are free pickings for all the other gods. Like Cain was smashed to bits, so now he's shards of like a broken god that's all around.
Avatar.
Isha is the one who is the quote unquote. She's the one who's the goddess of healing, and a lot of things. There's basically the one. She can heal you from any kind of illness, is the sense of it. And Nurgle finds it interesting because he can test. She's a perfect test subject for all his plagues, and he loves her for it.
Oh gosh!
Because he can never kill her. So he can never kill her, so he can just test out super COVID every single time.
So he keeps her in a jar, pretty much. And Isha does help the rest of the people from.
Yeah, so she's in a cage next to the cauldron in his mansion, and she does her best to like whisper into the minds of doctors in our universe to help them cure his plagues.
Yeah.
So that
I
see.
Oh god.
That's true.
Yeah, poor Avatar of Cain, by the way. If you guys know what the Wharf effect is, oh god.
That poor thing.
Yeah.
Internet Zen for 10. For the Eldar, Slanesh is the first naturally occurring Elder God. Closest faction equivalent is the other old one's war-created race, the Orcs with Gork and Mork, based on what the lore has said. Mr. J for 2. Great to see Saturn on here. Love you guys. Mr. J we love. So, thank you. Yes. Internet Zen for 10. The Tyranids are basically just a swarm lord getting yoinked back and forth across the entire galaxy, babysitting the constantly whining Norn queens failing to devour planet systems. Change my mind.
True. That's a meta question, and they know Aqua and Mizu never gonna get until until we're done here. But yeah.
Okay. I'll
just a big woman.
I'll just take that. Just say that, and that's good enough. It was just a woman moment. Okay. Let's see here. Internet Zen again for
Aren't all
10.
you dudes? So are you blaming me?
No.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, I guess not.
Well, you're an Iron Warrior. You don't get to say shit.
Damn.
Go back to
Blame
your mom.
everybody. Fuck you.
Go back to your mom's like tummy skin suit or whatever the fuck.
Hey, at least we're creating more Chaos Marines, okay? Instead of being the Night Lords, just being gay.
Damn.
How
The
dare
Night
you?
Lords are gay. They're basically Sasuke. But gayer.
Oh god, you're right. I hate that so much.
I hate you both
actually,
for saying that.
You hate me for being right.
No, you're not. Anywho,
harder,
next.
Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Meanwhile, orcs find Necron Tomb World, embody the It's Free Real Estate meme, brute force their way into said tombs, and loot everything and make weapons from it.
Oh yeah, they love fighting like Necrons. They just like, ooh man, you guys are strong.
Make weapons from it. It ends there for a reason because I don't think they're very successful.
I did mention it.
Oh gosh, I turned the notifications back on. Hold on.
77 discovered Mom has Marcus and gave $5. Warhammer is famous for basically just stealing everything, then renaming it and saying they made it. Chaos symbols are from Elric of Melny Bone, etc.
Okay. Thank you, Noir, for the 5. I appreciate that. Let's see. Nasco for 5 BGN. The old lore was that Deceiver tricked the other Citan gods into devouring each other until only 4 remained. Him, Nightbringer, Outsider, and the Void Dragon. So are the Chaos gods, like, able to die? Or is it...
So those are the Catan. Those were the Necron guys.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
The Catan are gods, if you want to think of them, the gods of the physical, but not really gods. They're ethereal beings, but in our universe. They're all in Pokeballs now, after the revolution.
Yeah, like the guy in the meme said.
They're not on God, seriously?
Robot Skeletor put Cthulhu in a Pokeball. It's actually pretty accurate.
On God, seriously, they're all in Pokeballs. That's insane.
So if I can send you a photo of the Silent King's model on the tabletop, it's literally powered by the shard of a Catan, and you can see it writhing on top of his throne.
Sure, send it to me later.
It's great.
Oh, goodness. Okay, let's see here. Internet Zen for 20. May Gork and Mork forgive me, but da Tin Boys didn't win squat. Orcs won dat. Besides, if the Necrons were winning and Dan took a nap, they let da Elder to live. That means da Pansies didn't ruin 40k, da Necrons did. Zoggin gets.
Damn it.
That was, in fact, a sentence.
It was.
You gotta work on your cockney.
Internet Zen for 5. Atari, I tried to make Abaddon, but it didn't work, unquote. Even when he 3D printed, he still failed Abaddon the armless.
No, wait. No. Guys, you misunderstand. I'm a cosplayer. I tried to make him... I can send an image of like the fucking outfit I tried to make. The issue was I made it in the wrong size, and it was a little bit too big. And once you're halfway through for a project like that, you kind of like... It kind of kills the entire the idea of making it, because you have to you waste so much material to make it, and it's not cheap.
Oh, I imagine
the
so.
Armless meme comes from his model.
I hate you
it's
all.
Really
Whoever said that, I'm gonna find you and kill you.
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
Yeah,
Abaddon. I'm gonna turn you to a couch.
Look at the me and how I applied to that with Sid.
Abaddon the Armless comes from the fact his model used to have horrifically difficult arms to glue on, so people would just run him without arms.
Oh my god.
Because it was just a pain in the ass to put them on and they'd fall off.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
The old Warhammer models was on plastic, they were metal. So you had to glue them together, apparently. So
yeah,
and
there was
metal.
That's amazing.
It was bad. It was rough.
Oh goodness. Internet Zen again. Note right now the Tau are speed running. The same tolerance doesn't work a bit with pretty much everybody. They sent ambassadors to explain the greater good to the orcs. So 3 times they failed.
They tried to negotiate with the Tyranids. That's how naive they are. It's really dumb.
So are they nice but not super duper nice?
No, they're space commies.
No, so it's biggest smile with the dagger behind their back. Because the minute it's more advantageous to take you out, they take you out.
I see.
It's completely a facade.
Yeah.
They also literally say for the greater good.
And then Yeah, if you try to ask them what the greater good is, though, they actually can't explain it because it's just ethereal mind control. It isn't actually like a thing. It's just mind control.
It's not an actual cause for anything.
I see.
If you want to deal with it, if you want to deal with a Tau like diplomatically, you just gotta say the greater good once every 10 minutes, and they will agree with everything.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like I said, space commies is a joke, but like they're pretty much just stupid when it comes to like, oh yeah, negotiate.
No, they're gullible. That's the thing. They're very gullible.
Yeah, they thought demons were a different kind of alien at first.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Like by commie, I mean stupid.
And I love the story when they dealt with the Drukhari. It ended very funny.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite. The Drukhari are like, oh yeah, we'll be friendly with you, and then so they sent a bunch of Tau ambassadors to the Drukhari, and then the Drukhari were under the Tau world was under attack by like I think a Tyranid fleet or something, and so the Drukhari were like, oh, we'll help you fight them. Look at all these brand new soldiers we brought, and they didn't realize it was the Tau ambassadors. They converted into Rax.
They made it into grotesque monsters. Like
they made them into like weird flesh creations, and then they won the battle. And then when the Tau turned around to return to their planet, the Drukhari had already raided it and taken everybody.
Oh my gosh!
Now they're all just lampposts in the
fucking
camera.
Fucking elves, man. Screaming couches.
MommaOcco, how dare you?
Fucking elves, man.
The Drukhari, they feed off pain. Here's the thing. The Drukhari to get like Slanesh to not like get him, they basically use pain, and they basically feed Slanesh with high emotions, and the high emotion they easy to get is pain.
I just hear excuses.
They don't even do that. Sorry, their
Thank you for the
souls are
5.
ingrained. They use the energy of the warp that they're generating from their emotions.
Yeah, because
souls like a water bomb.
Also, you know what they do? Like that's also because they can't weave the warp anymore, like the normal Eldar. So their weapons don't function normally. Yeah, so they use pain engines to get their weapons to work as well. So they unironically use pain to power the weapons.
Oh yeah, it's so edgy, but it's so cool.
And that's why Attari has shock collars.
Yeah.
I need to power myself to keep working, guys.
Yeah, every time you shock him, chat, he actually plays the video games better. Keep going.
Well, it keeps him from getting hit by Slanesh. Then is what I'm hearing.
Valmor, I am slash corrupted. What do you think I got this tail from?
Oh, I see. I see.
Uriel and Drake, that's who.
Anyway. Let's see. Mercenary. I thought the flavor of ice cream for the Yippee would be wog. Is that just what they screech all the day?
That's what the orcs.
Yes,
that's the orc word for war.
Okay.
It's also like stupid like dipshit kids going like 6.
Yeah, they're just wog every time they fight. Wog, they killed the human. Wog, they killed their friend. Wog, it's just wog all the time.
I see. Internet Zen, the one who used to look at the wiki was One Mind Syndicate. Congratulations, you're old if you know this. Ricky doesn't even do that. As an orc fan, I loathe him for spreading the Reddit orc memes.
Yeah, it's his orc video is really cringe.
Fair. Mercenary. What about the Oculus guy who does the thing that sounds like a scribe?
Huh?
Here's the thing. He's the most woke like lore tuber ever. Like in his personal beliefs. What he makes in video form is kind of. I've heard people say it's good, but it's because he kind of plays a character when he makes these lore videos.
Saturn, look at chat.
That's all I know. I don't watch his stuff.
Oh goodness. Okay. Let's see. Internet Zen. Rogue Trader, quote, Rogue Trader's not canon, unquote. Well, most of the Imperium lore is not canon. A huge chunk of the Orc lore is still canon because GW never updated the most Orc lore in 30 years.
Yeah. It's canon because
There's
they
nothing
just
to
didn't change
update.
it.
So wait, are
Honestly,
you?
that's fair.
Is that so? Is GW just really bad with consistency?
They're bad at everything.
It used to be pretty okay, but recently, the past like 10 years, 5 to 10 years, has been pretty rough.
It's kind of like they're trying to change it up to be like they're trying to remove the more problematic parts of it, and that's kind of the issue.
I see.
But yeah, like It's kind of like a lot of times before. It's not that they updated, but it's more like the orcs kind of work already. Their concept of the orcs are just perfect as it is. So they doesn't need to change a lot, but also the orcs doesn't get a lot of books. A lot of students doesn't get books. You can count the amount of orc books on your like major books in your like on your hands. They're not that many.
Okay.
So a lot of it is just in codexes or rule books.
I see. Internet Zen. Occo, let's talk about the Imperium next. Every single 40k fan. Do you know how little that narrows it down?
True.
Let's see. Noir for 5. So what I'm hearing is everyone should listen to Mizu for financial advice, then do the opposite. Damn, chat. That's brutal.
Oh boy.
It's like the opposite of listening to Nancy Pelosi's stock options.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Mizu followed some of her stock options.
God.
It's not that hard to follow.
Ooh, I like this one. It's not even a meme. It's just beautiful.
I'm trying to find my one human supremacy meme, and I can't find it.
Mercenary again. I didn't
Look
kick.
how beautiful that GIF is.
I didn't kick the guy in the net. My friend did after he got banned from the premises. He was a buttermilk Bob. Video footage showed him breaking it. Oh yeah, if he broke.
Okay.
Wait.
That's a fight. Like, even a Custodes. So Custodes are probably the cheapest army per points compared to like maybe Knights, and even then a full 2K list is going to be at least
It's still $200 minimum. What the fuck you mean?
Oh, 200. You are optimistic, Attari. Holy.
Okay, we are in Scandinavia where I'm from. We have it cheaper than you have it in Yankland.
Well, we have rights, so.
So do we. Sort of.
Oof.
We're almost done.
Yeah.
Internet Zen. Quote, hostage wife, unquote, to Nurgle is the preferable fate to, quote, getting Vord for eternity, unquote, by Slanesh. Also, Ishla may or may not have huge tracts of land, if you know what I mean.
Oh my.
I don't know what they mean.
You know
she
what,
got
I
big
don't
old
know.
bitties.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't know about that. That's slander.
And then Cam Dune, the last one of the night. I also love that Tau screwed up because the greater good concept got picked up by humans as a god. So Tauva was birthed.
Talva is their quote-unquote chaos god. That may or may not be a greater demon of Zinj.
I see. Well,
I
chat,
hope it is.
thank you for joining us tonight. Is Mori still live? It looks like she might be. I'm going to give you guys to Mori. My one Oshi. Because you only should have one. No, I'm just kidding. Have as many as you want. And I'll see you guys for Dogwave tomorrow. But before we leave, would everybody like to say goodbye to the panel real quick? That was beautiful. Thank you.
Don't say bye to me. I'm not important.
Wow. But yeah, have a good night, everyone, and thank you for listening to us yapping.
Yes.
Yes.
Where can we find everybody here? We'll start with Attari.
You can find me under Attari Fellerin on any kind of platform, pretty much.
Cool. And
YouTube, Kick, and yeah, and of course Twitch.
all right. What about you, Saturn?
Saturn _Senshi on pretty much any platform. X is where I tweet things, and then Kick and Twitch are where I stream, and then I just have it for like a lot of other things too.
Perfect. Mizu. I mean, everybody knows where to find Mizu here. I think I have a link I can push for him.
What about Mizu?
Can you tell everybody where to find you?
Show your platform.
Hi, I'm Mizu Tamari, and I'm the most important person here, so go follow me.
There we go.
Alright, chat.
Are we sure he's not the Emperor?
Stock options and have him tell that again.
Mizu is a Necron, so that makes sense. It says that.
Oh, fair. And Sid, you
Mizu
are
is Trajan the Finite.
Sid. You are Sid.
I'm just a dude. I used to stream, and then the guy I used to stream for fucked me over, so I don't do that anymore.
Oh.
I have a Twitch that's been dead for like 3 years.
Spider, bro, thank you for the raid. I'm setting people off immediately, but I appreciate that. Thank you for the raid. I'm gonna send
I'm
everybody on Twitch over to Lulu. Anyway,
yeah,
you guys.
I'm just a dude in various discords for Lucky. You'll see me memeing and coping about brown girls. That's all I do, really.
I mean, brown girls are kind of hot though, so I don't blame you.
Oh, I didn't expect all the compliments. Thank you.
Don't hear my wife say that. She'll fucking feed my heart to the sun god.
Oh.
Is she Latina?
She is goth shell given flesh.
Oh, yeah. See, I knew it.
Anyway, chat, love you so much. See you tomorrow for Dog Wave. Good night.
Lenny.